like that your Twitter is just what's on the stream.
Oh, my bad. Also, hi. Nailing it with professionalism. Okay. And then I'm gonna unmute here. I'm gonna leave everything to Alan. And
Yeah, click that down. Hello! This is our second main game of the Wanderpus game that in the world of Liminal, which is the Liminal plane, which we have in front of us. We are playing today with our officers. We have Officer Corzipa, that is played by Talon Warhawk. Please say hello, Talon.
Boy, howdy!
Sure, that's a hello, I guess. Your mic is really nice to have, like, just chilled that out, though. I appreciate that.
this pocket's full of spaghetti, dude. Boy, howdy!
Look at all my spaghetti. I'm the worst security. We have Chef Tobias, played by KingWolfKai.
Hello.
We have June Glowmint, which is the first time I've ever said that name correctly, played by I think it's Zezzifr, but I'm bad at that name.
You are correct.
Thank you. And then we got our doctor, our chief medical officer, Sauma Stein, played by Lurid.
Hello. Great to be here.
Excellent. And I am Come Correct, or just Alan. I don't like really my tag that much, but it's funny, so I keep it. So today, the crew has been given a mission to investigate, well, to do two things. One, the Lockstitch Academy, which is where everybody's from, needs supplies, and the place to get all the best supplies is Port Barter. And haven't made a run there for a while, so we're going. Also, there's rumors of, like, a couple disappearances in the area recently. Not, like, a massive number, but enough that if we're here, we're gonna look into it. So that is the plan. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Now, the officers have been given the mission directly from Admiral Tope. The captain and the wheelman, which are Skin and Ink, and the captain, which is our Wanderpus here. They are in deep discussion about some secret project that they're working on. Like, they have been spending all of the time that the ship is docked, and even the time was going, as long as if they feel like the crew has it under control, like, they've been in the captain's office, just secretively working on things, not even communicating it with the other upper officers. Just those two really having conversations. So this game is strictly up to the officers. She gives you complete anonymity? What is the word I'm looking for? Autonomy. There we are. I found it. You guys found it. Told me. Gives you complete autonomy to this particular mission. And the orders from Tope are get as many supplies as you can. There's already an order waiting for you there, but if you can squeeze some more out of them, that would be much appreciated. You're trading on credit, so you don't have to worry about spending any of your own stuff. This isn't like the other game where you're bartering with goods. This is just strictly how good can we do this? And so Port Barter is a very large city, reminiscent of 1920s Atlantic City a little bit. As you know, that is ruled by the Spindle, which are tradesmen that are very, very tall. Like, they can be anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall on average. They do not have what you might consider a normal amount of limbs. Their limbs can change back and forth between, like, some of them have absolutely no limbs, and, like, they just kind of are snake-like. And some of them have, like, up to, like, 12 limbs. and sometimes it's an odd number of arms and an odd number of legs. They're very strange but really interesting people. So I'm just gonna move us to Port Barter right here. There's my Port Barter map. So we're in Port Barter, and the first thing is you guys can just hop on off the ship. Oh, does that work? Yeah, that works. Can you guys move your tokens? I forgot to check if you could.
Affirmative.
Excellent. Nope, grab somebody's character on accident. Alright, excellent. So, we are here at Port Barter, and we're gonna start off with everybody getting out, if you want to. All the crew in, on the ship as well, everybody in the chat. Here's where you get to pick, like, what you're going to be doing during this. So, would you, if you would like to, wait, who starts the thing? Do you start, can you start the thing? The counting of, like, emotes?
Oh, emote counter.
Yeah.
Give me a second to remember how to do it.
Okay,
Unless
so we are,
Kai's listening, then she can do it.
yeah, we are gonna, break the crew into 3 groups. One is gonna be an information gathering group. Yes, you are all the crew in there. And one of them's going to be a protect the ship from spies, because Port Barter, it's full of people that want the technology that you have and are not super scrupulous about how they get it. And the third one is going to be a trading group. Those are the ones that are going to try to get the most out of it. So
What
we
are
need
the- Yeah, tell me what.
we need a magnifying glass for information gathering. We need a shield for security. And we need the money bag for trade. And we're gonna count up how many people do that.
Toast, thank
Let's
you.
hope this time security doesn't let everyone on board again.
Just
We have a
everyone
perfect
on
track
board.
record.
More people is more secure.
So as that's getting counted, the officers have been let off the ship with just a reminder from Taupe. I don't think anything's going on here. It's just a normal amount of just people go missing once in a while, but we're gonna send you out there to investigate if you don't mind.
On top of getting supplies.
On top of getting the supplies, the crew can handle the supplies.
What is that?
Warlord played overtime, so he gets counted twice.
Okay.
So whatever Warlord picks, that's happening twice.
Use the emote if you haven't already, Warlord.
Okay. So, when you arrive in the city, just looking around, again, it's very, very Atlantic City, very boardwalky, like shops everywhere. Like every single building seems to be a shop. It seems to be shops on top of shops even. And you see a lot of people, like a lot of these spindles, very tall creatures. They all wear masks constantly. They're wearing flowing robes and masks, and each one has a different kind of mask, but here is an example of them right here.
Oh, cool.
Like they're very very garish, very elegant looking. Like sometimes the masks are very demonic, sometimes they're very like what we would consider traditional masquerade masks. And one that looks particularly decorative comes walking straight towards the group of the 4 officers. And she raises, well, they raise 2 hands, which they have 2 arms, both on the same side of their body. and they just like gesture a wave at you, and like they call over, "Hello." That's exactly how they sound.
Greetings. And I will return the gesture.
Shrink her down. Doesn't need it.
Hello. Are you our point of contact here?
I am indeed. I am Chrysanthemum. It's just like we have heard tales about the Lockstitch Academy. We've done some trading with it, obviously, with your Admiral Taupe before she was an admiral, and we've had dealings with your captain in the past. But all that's behind us.
You don't say that with much enthusiasm.
Oh, people change. I've heard many a kind word said about your glorious captain. And just, you feel like she's rolling her eyes behind her mask.
So she's probably been told to play nice.
And she's like, would you like a tour?
Ooh, a
Certainly.
tour. Most definitely.
We can walk and talk.
So she starts taking you around the city. And you see many other spindle just walking around, like taking in the fact of the ship from a distance. They're all being very respectful, like looking at the ship, being like, yes. Because they can't travel that much right now. No, the docks are loaded with ships. Absolutely loaded. From everything, what looks like your traditional like Viking longboat, to right up into directly before pre-war World War I galleys, and even some like more metal ships, almost looking like the Titanic situation, just on a much smaller scale. And it's just like oh, go ahead.
Are there any like ironclad warboats?
No warboats. They all look like they're just really trade vessels, just waiting to be like filled. But there's not a single bit of merchandise on any of these ships that you can see. Normally, you would see people running around the decks, putting things down, but nobody's doing that. And it's not even a mystery why. You guys know that they're all scared of the rifts. They're terrified of losing an entire shipment of cargo. So they're just...
While we're
Good.
While we're going around, can Corzipa keep an eye out for anyone who sells guns, big, small, oversized, ship-bearing? just perusing, just looking.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's absolutely. Do they want to add themselves to one of them? Cry says they missed one, but they can add themselves to one
Corey, do you
spot.
want to investigate, defend, or barter? That's where we're at, I think.
Yes.
No, just pick one. Alright, barter it is. It's a 5 for it.
Alright, so we're gonna have 5 will be a normal success. The 4 and 4 will be 1 level lower. That's how we have it set up. But we'll make those rolls in just a moment. Well, you're looking for somebody that's gonna sell guns. Go ahead and just roll me a 20-sider. You just rolled me a 200-sider.
Wow.
You rolled me 2 200-siders. Yeah.
Shouldn't have wasted my luck earlier on that one roll, but that's if it worked.
To
You almost got 200.
combat that one, I'm going to roll. This is security's die roll right here. This is to see how security did with their...
Oh no.
And that's a level lower because they weren't at 5. So what happens is security is compromised. But it's compromised so well that you guys don't even know the security got compromised.
I am face palming right now.
Oh!
I'm not even on security.
Nice. Warlord wants me to roll the security roll again. So here we go again. It's even
Uh-oh.
worse.
And then Cole re-rolled.
Okay, this is the last reroll I'm doing for this one roll then. Let's see how security did for a third time. Okay, they success. Alright, so what happened was, security, the four of you that were on it, you have stopped a spindle that looks like they might have been just confused. Like walking down the boardwalk. And just looked like they were trying to get onto the ship. Like, you guys can deal with them however you want. Please roleplay that in the chat of how you're dealing with it, and I will let you know how it goes. They seemed like they were Mr. Beating their way onto the ship. Like, if I hadn't rolled that third time, they would be on the ship right now. But they're not. And as you're gone, you do see a group of owls that have large boxes that you would recognize the size and shape of them and the explosive labeling on them that insinuates that those are guns. They have some form of weapons in those boxes. And like, Chrysanthemum just like, no, it's just like, a delegation from Parliament City. They are here to trade. They've been stuck here for quite a while, and honestly, who needs their goods? And she shrugs and just continues walking past, and just like, she takes you into the towers. And the towers, a strange name, they're not super tall. They're only like 2-floor buildings, and like, you are surrounded by anywhere upwards of like 8-floor buildings right now. But you're in the tower area of the thing. And she's like, these are the towers. And she's like, I know. I can hear what you're thinking. And she's, but they go down. And she like motions to the ground. And she's like, they go down for 6 more floors.
On our way over there, I want to see if she knows anything about the missing people and where they disappeared.
And she's just like, of course. It's been terrible losses. Some people wander off into the swamp. Like, we have many people constantly in and out of the swamp. And now this place is muggy as hell. I need to mention that. Like, muggy, and there's giant mosquitoes. This is Florida, really. Like, right outside the Everglades. The city is very well, like, taken care of. It's paved, and like, there's even like motorized vehicles going up and down the street. And she's just, but this swamp right outside. And
So they just wander out and don't come back?
most of the time they come back. It's just like, there's not that many threats out there. No one's our natural predators. But we've had some occurrences that people just wandering off, chasing lights. And we never find their bodies. Like, many more people will go out after that.
These lights, are they like lantern flies?
She thinks about it for a moment. No, for most accounts, it seems like a torch, like a legitimate fire. Like just fire in the swamp, and then it's like, many people have seen them. People don't chase them often. Like, if you see a fire in a swamp, you avoid. But we have lost a councilman's child in the last 3 weeks. That was probably the message you've heard. I assume he was just being reckless, but we have to make these reports. And she's just like, he was kind of dumb. He's not what you would call an intelligent young man.
Ah, one who does not know that the towers go underground, then.
Oh, I mean, everyone knows the towers go underground. The towers are the towers. But one that might chase a fire. Why would you chase fire?
I can think of several reasons, actually.
The only reason I could think of is if you were cold.
And she just
Oh,
like
if you believe
waves
it's a
her face with both of her hands. Like both of her hands all of a sudden have fans in them, and she's just waving her face, and she's like, "Ooh, cold. Here, never." I'm gonna make the. I'm sorry. One second. I'm gonna make the information gathering roll real quick. And there was 5 of them. So whatever this result is the amount of information we gather. So 10, not horrible, not great. So the information gatherers around town have learned that everybody here is ridiculously superstitious. You might not have like caught it by just. This roll is actually will make you guys catch it too. She's never stepping on any cracks. Like her steps are very precise. Like, she doesn't step on any cracks. She doesn't ever walk under a ladder.
Are other people we pass by on the street doing like similar actions?
Every single spindle in town is doing a very similar thing. That is the information that I will give. Oh, Warlord wants to roll that again. I feel like I'm gonna be re-rolling everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse.
Warlord did say he's gonna prepare for it. Bullshit.
Okay.
He did.
Ooh.
Well,
A 19 is better. Here's a bit more information. You see one of them pull up their mask to itch their face. And like, as they do that, they release a big yawn. And they're missing a lot of teeth. Like, 4 from the top row and 2 from the bottom. But they have humanoid-ish faces. Very small noses, giant eyes. Their eyes are huge. The quest character limitation is 8 feet tall. That is, they can be they are 6 to 8 feet tall, but sometimes can go up to 12. I'm just saying.
So in Otter's case, Otter asks how big they are. I say 6 to 8 feet. Otter says, well, I'm bigger. But Otter is part Naga, so I will concede that Otter is longer, but that like
Probably.
I'm assuming, Otter, for you, your height is the top of your head to the bottom to where your tail hits the ground. That is supporting your weight, and then everything else after that is flavor.
Yeah, I think that's how we
And I think we do that for
Corzipa as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this
how about their
one,
eyes? Are they
huge.
solid, or is it like
They are.
do they have pupils and iris?
They have pupils and irises, but no whites to the eye. Like this one has gray all along the outside of it, but it just looks like it might be just a really big iris. Like their eyes are very, with a 19, I'm gonna give it to you. It's very wet looking irises, and their like grins go like literally ear to ear. Like they look like if they do, like when he's yawning, it looks like his head's like a Pez dispenser. But then
like the imposters.
and then he like closes his mouth and he puts his mask back down.
Query had asked if you could use abilities to push the 4 barter people up.
Yeah, definitely. Just find an ability and explain how it works.
Bamboozle is the one that they mentioned.
Okay, yeah, that works fine. Alright, so as you guys are walking through, do you have any questions about like seeing that creature or like and how they're walking, or do you want to like try to gather information, or you just want to keep going?
I want to ask about the mask from a point of cultural interest, because obviously I'm not from around here.
Oh, she's just like, and she leans, looks at you, and she's like, that is a very improper question. And she
Oh.
looks very uncomfortable. If you want to push it, you're gonna have to roll me a 20-sider. But she is definitely uncomfortable by that question.
Oh. I won't push it.
Okay.
I would like to know more about these swamps. Do you have hunters or trappers or anyone else who goes out there as their profession? Might know their way around.
We do have some harvesters that go out there and they gather us our medicinal needs, but we are a trade town. Everything we need is brought in from other places, and everything they need is brought in, and then we give it to them. That is 100% how this town works. They are not a very self-sufficient. Down here on the map, I'm clicking. These are their farms. And they're large farms, but mostly they're just cosmetic goods. You know what I mean? Like you know how California grows a bunch of pistachios and it's really bad for it?
Yes.
I do now.
I'll look up pistachios at some point. It's terrible. And that is kind of how it is. They grow a bunch of just luxury goods to sell. And despite the fact that now, even with like the portals, the rifts, like blocking trade, they are still kind of just making really bad choices. But they do gather like medicinal herbs from the swamp. And I'll go a little bit further with it. She's like, there are creatures in the swamp. In ruins, obviously. Like, where aren't there? But you stay away from them. Like, you see a giant... And she looks at Corzipa real quick. Reptile. Then you just avoid it. No offense, my dear. You know what is dangerous. Anything bigger than you stay away from. Anything that looks like it might bite you stay away from.
What is the largest reptile native to the area?
Oh. Let me move you over here.
Please tell me it's a giant alligator.
So, you see on the map right here, it's like, it doesn't even have a name. It's been here longer than we have.
Has anyone asked him?
When you know something's bigger than you, you avoid it. If you see a large reptile, we avoid it.
I usually just become bigger than it, but that thing is huge.
Yeah,
I hope this doesn't come.
that's to scale. It is bigger than the city.
I hope this doesn't come across as rude, but I am having a difficult time imagining things that would be bigger.
Let's see. Do you know about things that would be bigger?
I am a naturalist,
Then
but
you do know that there are blue ogres at Pastora that are larger than that people have seen. And you keep
That's
getting
fair.
mixed messages about the size of a catfish that has been seen. Like, some people say 14 feet, some people say 1,400 feet.
And that one horse.
And that horse changes sizes based on who's telling the story.
That's fair.
Marvelous.
the wonders of science.
And she's just, so, are you the brave adventurers that are going to dare the swamp to find our missing people? And she's just like, she's doing air quotes, but it's really weird when somebody has their arms on the same side doing air quotes. And she's like, I don't. Hear me out. And she puts, like, one hand on who's closest to her.
I was examining the mask, so probably me.
So she puts a hand on your shoulder and she's just, I don't expect you to find anything, but could you just make a good showing of it? A good showing of looking? If you find any clues, it would be appreciated. But we really don't expect you to, come back with the boy. Like, she motions to, like, a building that's near you. And it's a very nice building. It's right outside of the lawn here. The lawn is basically their central park, which doesn't have any life native to this area in it. Like, you can tell as a naturalist that it's just like all of this has been imported from somewhere else. It almost looks fake, despite it looks like it's astroturf, but you can just touch it and it's not. And she's like, there's our library if you're interested in researching more of the goings-on in the swamp. I was like, I am not very well versed in swamp life. What would that be? Oh, look at these shoes. And she's wearing fantastic shoes. They would be really, really long, except for they got curly cues that go all the way back up to it. So it's just like, imagine an amount of fabric that's like 4 feet long, curled back onto itself. The streets are incredibly clean, too. I need to point that out. The streets are very clean. People wearing cloth slippers, and, Corzipa, you're slithering around. You're not getting the grit that you normally would in a city. Like, Pastor was terrible for you. Like, I guarantee you had to wash for days. For several reasons. Mostly king reasons. Alright, I am going... go ahead.
Are there any, are they selling the mask anywhere?
There appear to be masked makers. You don't see like everywhere else you see signs for how much things cost, but the mask makers don't seem to have the signs up front, and they also don't seem to have they don't have signs that proclaim they're a business. The only reason you can see them is because they got their windows open because it's so hot and so muggy.
A mystery.
Is it the kind of thing where you just have to know the person who does the thing or has the goods that you want?
Hey man, you got the money? You got the mask?
Basically. But all of the masks that you see are... No two are exactly alike. There are definitely like thematic masks, but like a couple will be walking with a sun mask and a moon mask. But they run the gamut. I'm going to roll the how well they did for selling. Good, no, that's pretty good. A 12 is really good.
Query wanted to boost that, I think.
Yeah, I let them boost it with their thing, which made it let 12 be a 12, because otherwise it would have gone down to the lower level. Mm-hmm. But 12 is a success, no problems. Chrysanthemum sidles up to I'm gonna say sidles up to Tobias. Mm-hmm. And it's just... Now... I know you're gonna be here for a while, the four of you. I'm sure you're gonna set off into the swamp, like, make good on it, and the longer you're out there, the better it looks like you're getting the job done. Of course, you understand. And you can respond however you want, but you understand that she's about to ask you for something.
He politely waits for her to continue.
And she's just like, we've got, I'm sure you saw it, an abundance of goods that need to be offloaded. And we've heard tell that your craft can, make it through these rifts. Now, would you be willing to, and this is, just a question, be willing to make some deliveries on our account send your ship out, make the deliveries while you're here, obviously. And we will pay you very well for it. Just, while you're here, your crew can be out making deliveries.
Is she talking about us taking goods onto our ship, or?
She's asking you to load your ship with their supplies and make their deliveries for them. Not you yourselves. You four will be here. This is what the crew is doing.
I nudge Corzipa, and to get her attention, I just start shaking my head.
That sounds an awfully lot like smuggling, and I'm afraid because we're with the Academy, we would not be able to do such an action.
Oh,
I do
smuggling.
apologize in advance.
Perish the thought. It's not smuggling. These are goods that have been bought and paid for, my friend. And it's just, we have the contracts right here. You can check all of the receipts. We are just asking for a little...
Assistance?
A little assistance, of course, yes. We've heard the Lockstitch does a lot of great things. This would be a boon to both our reputations together. Imagine what we can do with Lockstitch helping out Port Barter and Port Barter helping out Lockstitch.
I feel like this will only treat one of the symptoms. Our main focus is to find out the cause of the disruptions and putting a stop to them. So that way you can return to business as usual.
It's just it would be... do you perhaps have a negotiator? Or a mediator I can talk to? It's just it seems that we can square out a deal. And you do know that Officer Joaquin is on the ship at the moment. That you could send her to them. To Joaquin, and Joaquin could hash out the details for you. Unless you want to just stop this idea in its tracks.
Let's see. I'm gonna play a card.
Okay.
It's the Word Tree Giveth card.
Okay. This is, you get to ask me a direct question.
Will this have terrible consequences?
Only if a lot of people do a lot of bad rolls. This is, she is being honest with you. Deliver her goods and she will grant you goods in return, both to the, if everybody rolls good enough, then the ship and the Academy and everyone in the world can be greatly benefited from this.
Okay.
So, I think at this point, my character is super curious about the mask. So she's gonna, I guess, try to rephrase her question. If I wanted a face as pretty as yours, where do I go to get one? She's gonna act like she didn't notice all the shops, and she's gonna call it a face instead of a mask.
Chrysanthemum looks at you, and she tilts her head, almost angrily, but she pulls her mask off, takes her mask completely off, and you see her lips are sewn shut. She's talking because she has big holes at the top and bottom of her lips, and they have string as wide as shoelace going through them, and right now it's very loose, but you can see that she could grab it at any time and seal her own mouth shut and tie it tight. And she's...
I think June would be more fascinated by that than anything. She studies a lot of weird things.
she, is while holding her mask, she's like, that is a much more inappropriate question, friend.
Back at the discussion at hand, if you go to our ship and discuss with Officer Joaquin, they will be able to assist you in working out any details on us delivering items for you.
They would indeed.
Excellent, friends. Well, I will see you off. And she puts her mask back on. And it's just, to everybody that saw it, even if you're comfortable with it, it's still very strange. Oh, also, you could see her teeth behind it, and she had all of her teeth. All the teeth you could see through her, through her stitches are there.
Are they nice teeth?
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. They're incredibly even. They are Western sensibilities of beautiful teeth. Pearly, very squared off, very good molars. So, she is on her way to the ship, and with that, because did we make? We made the roll for the thing.
What was the bartering?
The bartering was rolled a 12, so middle of the road. They did not get an amazing success. They did not get a terrible. They did not get a failure. So what's going on with the spindle that tried to get on the ship? Did anybody?
They are currently doing that exact thing.
Saw B caught up with them.
B+ detained them. And I believe Cole and Otter and Akana are all working on that thing.
Alright, so the ship that the people at the ship, the security, that are doing their job taking care of the spindle. Another spindle is coming up. This one is the chrysanthemum that I've been talking about. 2 arms on one side, beautiful, really tight fit, well fitting, although it kind of looks loose, really strangely, really provocative robes. Comes walking up, and she just sighs at the sight of the spindle, which is a 6-armed, 1-legged spindle, is what you are holding right now. Chrysanthemum comes up to the ship and just shakes her head, and she's, I take it this fool tried to get on your ship. Don't worry, I understand. He will be taken care of. And it's just he's a fool after lust for information. But don't worry not. If you hand him over to me, we will discipline him of our own accord. And if you want to hand him over, just go ahead. Or if you want to make it a bigger deal, also go ahead. What's happening at this moment is the officer team is currently walking around the city, I believe trying to gather information about the swamp is what they were last doing.
Yeah, I think we're about to head out into there once we get enough. Maybe we can find a guide as well.
We can also get a bit more information at the library.
Agreed with the library bit.
Even though Corzipa will be completely worthless in the library.
Yeah, June's probably not going in the library. Those are a whole bunch of dead trees. She came from a tree, so.
So did all these wood buildings.
Yeah, cities. She prefers the metal sub. At least it's just a rock.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you're letting him off, and another group of spindle will come up and clamp him in chains. It's just don't worry, it won't be terrible. We don't believe in capital punishment. But for the theft of ideas, it's a terrible, terrible thing. I was told to speak with your diplomacy officer, and then we're gonna come back. So you guys get into the library, the ones that do. And inside the library, it's just books and books, and it goes It's not huge. It's not the biggest library we can imagine, but it's okay. And a lot of it is like murals. Like, it's like big slabs of stone.
Mm-hmm.
Just taken and like hung on the wall. And you see... go ahead and roll me an information gathering. Somebody just... Whoever would like to do it.
Do you want this one, Lurid?
Got it.
Alright, 16, yeah. So, you get what you're after. So you what kind of information are we looking for?
Flora and fauna.
Oh,
and
okay.
Maybe
Tobias?
a topographic map as well.
Tobias would also be looking for books on, not necessarily even books, but like fairy tales about the floating fire.
Okay, you go ahead and give me a roll as well.
Will do.
Corzipa will look at the pretty murals and be perplexed.
Alright, so you have a failure in a tough choice. So let me give Sauma their information first. Sauma, you, no, not a failure, sorry, tough choice. It's a success, but at a cost. Sauma, you learn that in the forest there is a specific tree. And this tree, in a lot of like pages of artwork, and it's very hard to decipher, but it looks like the tree has a door in it. All the artwork shows it as a door.
Does it look like a natural door or manufactured?
It has an archway, so it looks like it might have been carved.
Okay, but like, I guess what I'm asking, is it a part of the tree, or was it put there?
It was both. It looks like it became a part of the tree, but was definitely put there.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Jeez, it's been a rough day. Alright, so, and for a tough choice, and you are looking for things about fire?
About the...
The ghostly fire?
Yep.
Alright, I will give you a tough choice is, you find a book about the ghostly fire, but when you were reading it, I'll say that you were reading it out loud, and something in this room catches fire.
Oh no!
Or,
Okay.
alternatively, you, like something in the room catches fire, or when you start to read it, you slap the book shut, so you don't get a lot of information. I will give you limited information, or full information, but you set something on fire.
I do not want to set the library on fire, so we'll go with limited information.
Alright, so the it's called the Whispering Fire, is what you've gathered. And like whenever somebody sees it, they hear voices. Like in all documentation, it has been accompanied by words.
Okay.
Is there any way to make a record of the information that we found? Like,
Yeah, you could definitely just jot it down.
okay,
I'm gonna put what I found in my dossier.
I think June would be interested in this particular tree.
June's probably halfway to the swamp by now. She's gonna wait at the edge of town for the...
Corzipa has long since gotten bored and has decided to start trying to find June.
Alright, so, before you head off into the swamp, I need to know a couple of things. Who is going to be carrying the rift detector? And who is... would you like to take the rift suits, which are basically giant scuba suits that you can like anchor to something in this world? That each of you can take, but they do take up slots in your inventory. And would you like to take the diving bell, which is not just the name of the bar, but a way of transporting yourselves through rifts if you find a rift? And who's gonna be taking the ceiling kit? Sorry.
I'd take a suit and a diving bell. I think I have space for that. Oh yeah, I have tons of space.
Yeah, you guys all should have plenty of space.
We can have how many items total? 12? Okay. I can take the ceiling kit, no problem.
But only one person taking the... there are enough suits for all of you to take them. Just so you know, you will be wearing them, and you will be looking a bit like old school scuba divers.
You know what? I will take and wear the suit because if nothing else, it'll be great against mosquitoes.
That is an excellent point.
Yeah, hard for a snake to bite through them. I mean, you could try.
Are they flame retardant as well?
Yeah, they're meant to handle any weather. So like when you go through a rift, you never know what's going to be on the other side. So they are also airtight, just in case there's not air on the other side.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So the Joaquin, can you? I'm gonna roll this one. Is for how well you do with your negotiating with Chrysanthemum. To see like how much good everybody gets out of it. Alright, so that's very good. Like, you have basically just bent her over, metaphorically. So you are getting a lot of goods to be traveling. And you can take these wherever you want. You can make these deliveries to wherever. Everybody has ordered different stuff. You have 3 different boxes. This is for the crew. You have 3 different boxes that need to be delivered. And you can deliver them wherever you want. You can take them to... And each city has ordered these things. So you don't have to worry about taking the right thing to the right people. It's just whatever feels safer and easier for you to do. I'm going to switch to the liminal map real quick so everybody can see. There is... Like, there's the city of Yoke that's ordered things. Pastora who's ordered things. Salt and Stand that has ordered things. And the Avery Archipelago and Parliament City has ordered things. Now you have 3 boxes and 4 places to take it. You can take them to whichever one you guys want. Everybody just can like hash that out amongst themselves, and we will figure out how we are getting there and how at the speed that you are getting there. The officers have come back onto the ship and gathered the rift gear and all of the provisions that they need, so they are heading out on their own adventure while the ship is preparing to take off for Is.
Did someone pick up the detector?
Yeah, I'll have it. Tobias won't be wearing the diving suit either. He'll stay on this side to monitor.
Okay.
If it comes to that.
Oh, what'd you say the diving bell was?
The diving bell is like a vehicle that you can use. Have you ever seen an old school diving bell? Like, they literally just look like bells.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. If you find a rift
Can we
big
carry
enough,
that with us?
Yeah, you can carry it with you. It's going to be a cumbersome thing, and only if you roll low, I am going to use it against you. The fact that you have it, but don't roll low.
I mean, I can turn into an elephant if we need to carry it that way.
Oh, that would be very unfortunate. An elephant walking in a swamp.
That's true, but like, I can turn into a big lifting animal.
Just don't turn into a horse. That's a death sentence.
Oh no!
Dark. Okay.
Call me Lieutenant Kelpie.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
It's been 30 years, guys.
Too soon.
I mean, if we can take the diving bell, I think we should have like all available rift sealing equipment with us.
What are the teams doing? I think there's some confusion as to what each.
Oh, the teams are doing this. So, the magnifying glass, the survey team, they discovered there's a lot of like superstition going on in this town. Like that is like no, they will never step on cracks. They won't talk about certain items and topics are so taboo that they will not discuss it. That is what the survey team was doing. They can't they discovered the taboos, and then we passed that along to the officer team. The trade team made a very good, a very middle of the road deal. Like it was pretty good, but not the best. And the defense team caught a spindle trying to like sneak their way onto the ship, which stopped yet another spy from entering the ship. Right? And that is what the teams are doing. And the officer team, they are about to head off into the swamp. Let me switch this map here.
What's the name of the swamp?
The swamp is just the swamp. It never had like a true name.
This means we can name it.
It does mean, well, I mean, you don't really live here.
It'll never catch on.
That's a weird name.
Right by conquest.
That's characters over here. Oh, why is that one so much bigger than the other one?
You were ready for the elephant mode.
Corzipa's tiny snake.
Alright. Here we go. Based on the information that she's given you, like this is... And you are not that big. That is not as big as you are to scale. I just don't like shrinking people down tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's immediately apparent?
Immediately apparent is it is muggy as hell out here, and you are hearing whispers. Like it sounds like you could say that it's just the wind rustling through these reeds and stuff, but based on the information you gathered, you don't believe that. This definitely seems like some horror movie, something's whispering at you shit.
I'm gonna hum along with the whispers.
Is there any particular direction the whispers are coming from?
It's really anywhere there's water, which is basically everywhere. And your, what is the detector is normally it blinks and lights up once in a while. Right now it's lighting up very faintly no matter where you wave it. It's telling you that you are inside a rift.
Huh.
This might be bad.
In the other rifts that we have seen, is there anything like in the center, or is it just visible on the edges?
You can't really see rifts. Like, they appear completely invisible, like, until you get to the event horizon of them, at which point it sucks you right through. Like, there's no, like, putting your arm through a rift. Like, if you can fit through it and you touch it, you're gone. You're already in the other place. And it doesn't really work like either the rifts that you've seen, the one at the bottom of the well where we lost Squishy, like they just knew where it was. But without knowing where it is, you literally fall into them all day.
What's
It
the
do-
biggest rift we've ever? What's the biggest rift that's ever been recorded?
The biggest confirmed rift is still open, and it's right outside the Lockstitch Academy.
That's the one at the bottom of the big blue hole.
Yep, the big blue hole right here has the biggest confirmed rift that anyone. And it's so big that everybody thinks there's actually like hundreds of rifts down there at the same time. That's why so many people keep like popping out of that particular rift.
So real quick, there is a poll up at the top of chat for you to decide which cities to deliver to. Please click them. It doesn't. We'll pick the top 3, so don't feel like you have to vote a specific one in.
Thank you for doing that. I was a fool for not like thinking that one through. Everybody's just gonna vote. It's like two everywhere. But anyway, so that's how you've seen rifts. It's never been like this.
Mhm.
Like, this is an incredibly weird situation, and any of you that have been near rifts enough can feel it. You know, you are aware that there's a rift. There's a very powerful rift somewhere. You feel like you should be in it, but you're not, because you're not going anywhere else. You haven't fallen through this water.
I want to, after we all get our gear in and we're here, I want to show June the record of the tree that I found in the library. See if she can get us to there. Which might be asking a lot, but I think she's the most capable.
Alright, so getting to a tree.
Tree with an arch.
Checking over my abilities to see if I have anything that could help us find it first.
Absolutely.
I'll just keep watch for the time bank.
Go ahead and roll me a 20-sider.
Why did I say something?
Oh, because if you're doing something, that means I'm not going to sneak things up on you. Natural 20. Look at that.
Oh, glorious.
I know everything.
Yeah, you are fully aware. So, absolutely nothing sneaks up on you. You do see some flittering out of the corner of your eye. No, with a 20, you see more than that. You see, it took you a while to get here, to get out into the swamp. You're pretty far into it at this point. Like, so the sun is setting, the crew has already, like, in the fiction, the crew has already set out. And you are out in the dark, and you're seeing, like, flittering from behind you, like, and then, like, dart deeper into the woods. And it looks like little, like, stick bugs, like, with big wings, like, carrying things, multiple of them. I would say about 4 of them fluttering past you, carrying something.
Alright.
They're
So-
carrying something small. Each one of them has something, an individual item themselves.
Like, are they like big critters, or are they like tiny critters?
I would say maybe a foot long, tops. But the wingspan is probably 2 feet.
So, I can, for one point, have eagle eye vision, seeing anything in my line of sight clearly. However, this is a swamp, so I imagine line of sight isn't the easiest thing to do.
Can you turn into an eagle and do it?
That's actually where I was going to go with this. Can it combine powers? Or
Sure. Like, just tell me how you're doing it. Or tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna turn into a If I turn into an eagle, do I even need to use the eagle sight? Wouldn't I have an
No,
eagle sight?
you'd be okay.
Yeah. I'm going to turn into an eagle and fly up and see if I can't find this tree, like a gateway tree.
Just go ahead and just give me another 20-sider, please.
We really like rolling tonight, don't we?
Based on how people keep fucking up the dice, I have to keep having people roll.
That's an 8.
So it is a success at a cost. I will tell you exactly where the tree is, and you will be able to find more or less a path to it, but you are going to attract the attention of a large predator. Or you can dive back down and keep you'll know where the predator is, but you won't know where the tree is.
Let's know where the tree is.
Alright. So obviously you could probably guess it that the tree is right here. It's the big tree surrounded by mushrooms.
Yes.
It is definitely a large tree. You don't see the archway that he was talking, that Corzipa was talking. Not was it Corzipa or was it Kai?
Corzipa doesn't know how to read.
Yeah,
but
It was
sorry,
Sauma.
Sauma. Sorry, you guys all sound completely different. I don't know why I can't tell.
It's okay.
It's because I don't have the Discord things to see where their names light up.
Mm-hmm.
So you all will be heading in, and I will just 1 second. Let's get back to the crew game. So the crew, you have decided on Pastora City, the Avery Isles, and Salt and Sand. So we need people. We're going to break people into 3 more groups. We're going to do navigation, which will be the compass. We are going to do engineering, which will be the wrench. And we are going to do the money bag, which will be keeping track of the goods. Now, the better navigation rolls, the faster you'll get it done without incident. The better engineering rolls is the better that you can keep the engine going. And just the engine going and not falling any... The engine is what keeps you guys safe from rifts. So roll well with that one, please. And the goods, the money bag is going to be for the goods and keeping them safe. And each, navigation will make it easier for the other 2 rolls to not have to roll as high. But if navigation rolls low, then the other 2 are in trouble. And while that's getting sorted, you all will start making your way into the swamp. And I believe you guys can move your characters, but it's not super necessary because that's not the kind of game we're playing. But over here you do see this crazy overgrown ruin, and you do see some fire coming out of that, the swamp fire that we discussed before.
Oh, like the floating fire?
Yeah, the floating fire. Sorry.
Does the whispering get louder if we look at the fire?
The whispering gets louder every time you see a burst of fire. And you can try to make it out. Oh, that is way too big.
Everything over there is dead.
Yeah.
I would like to try to listen.
Alright,
no.
Are you using any abilities, or are you using... Fire splatter? No, that's just blood. There we go, that's better.
I'm still making my. I want to go over there to. So that's sounds like a lead to finding this councilman's son.
I agree, even though I know it's a bad idea. I agree.
I'm just going to try to listen as close as I can to the whispering.
Alright, just go ahead and make me that roll for the whispering first. Alright, yeah, Tobias hears The whispering just says, like, a deal was struck, a trade for a trade. And it's just like, we protected you, now protect us. A trade for a trade.
He would relay that to his companions. Not quite sure what that means, but...
I make a bird noise in agreement.
Oh yeah, you're an eagle.
Yeah, I didn't use the 3-point version. So I can't communicate, but I can hear what you guys are saying.
Are you perching on any of us?
I mean, Tobias, we're in a swamp. Tobias's hair probably looks as close to a nest as you're gonna get.
I mean,
Sounds good.
Feel free.
Sounds like deals with devils. We should take a look.
I agree.
Alright, so you're approaching the ziggurat?
Yes.
As you approach the stairs, you can see, like, there's tons of these reeds everywhere, just these tall reeds oh, well, I did not mean to make it explode.
Exploding reeds.
Or that would be terrifying. But as you approach, like, something seems off about a couple of them, and I'm just gonna, like, just do it. Just gonna do the damn thing. Boop. These are very small, but I'm gonna make it big so everybody can, like, see it. Whoop. There is a little figure that looks like a stick bug with his big wings. And they are holding up, looks like a little, like, bamboo spear, and, like, lunging it at you, like, many feet away from you. Like, they're menacingly doing it, but...
How small? Like, could
They-
stand in our hand or something?
They're about a foot tall, so, like, maybe, like, one of those old-school G.I. Joes.
Okay.
Not the cool little opposable ones, but the other ones. The make out with Barbie ones.
The ones that are, the ones that are essentially Barbie dolls,
Yeah. And it's just like, you don't belong here. And then you hear like a chorus of you don't belong here. Like, you can't see other than this one, unless you look for it, obviously, but...
We're looking for someone or some people. Have you seen any spinels wander into the swamp?
Spindle. Yeah, but...
Spindles.
Ah. Yeah. And she, like, kind of, like, works her mouth around it. Like, it seems like she's trying to smile. And she's like, ah, the spindle. I've seen them. Not here. They don't belong here. They know better than to be here. Except for that one. He was dumb, though.
Yes, we're looking for the dumb one. Can you tell us if you've seen him or where he had gone?
Oh! You want the dumb one. And there's just a bunch of, like, laughter and whispering, like, going on in the reeds. It's just like that.
Yes, preferably. He's rather important, even though he's probably worthless in the long run of things.
What do you want from him?
Realistically, I have no interest in him, but my friends over in the city want him back so we can improve relations between the academy and the city.
Affirmative bird noise.
Like, she puts her hands together, which she has, much like bugs. And she's using two as legs, so 4 of them are together, just rubbing back and forth. I see. A trade it is. We can trade. Everyone trades. So you want the stupid one. We want... a couple. 2 from each. And then we will give you the stupid one. And then, like, there's a chorus of, like, agreement.
A couple of what?
And then there's, like, a chittering of laughter. It's just... teeth, silly.
And now it makes sense.
Corzipa very quickly turns to her companions. Alright, so who's sacrificing their teeth today?
I have a question for you. Looking at the little thingy.
Hmm.
Did you trade anything for the stupid one?
No, he came here of his own accord. Like, we didn't have to trade for him. We have him now. He's safe.
So you stole him?
No, we kept him safe. He obviously owed us a few for keeping him safe. But he's safe. He's well treated. He's, well, fat is hard. Watered. He's free to go home. He's scared, though. He's so scared. Not of us, of course.
So you'd let him go home if he wanted to?
If he wanted to cross the swamp by his own lonesome, he could. But we're not going to give him to you. We can't give anything. We did not take his freedom.
You gave it willingly?
He gave his freedom willingly in exchange for safety.
Safety from what?
I think we know. And then there's like, you hear like what sounds like a cruise liner moving through low and shallow water.
Can you look around, see where it's coming from?
Yeah.
What direction?
It's too dark, and unless you can make a roll to see if you can see it, but it's too dark and too well camouflaged for you to see it like without actually searching it out. But you can
Alright,
guess what the noise was.
Yeah, I'll search.
Okay.
Because I saw the thing, so.
You did. You did see a giant crocodile. Alligator? Alligator, because we're Florida. $14. Yeah, you see it. It's off to the west. Not even close enough to really see it on the map. But you know it's out there. And it is big. It is, I don't know, 12 stories tall. And that's like an alligator that lays on its belly. It's bigger than any cruise liner you'll see in real life. Like, it's absolutely gargantuan. Like, the size actually humbles you.
Are we in range of my guns?
Oh, no.
Just
They've
by
already
chance.
sailed out.
Damn it!
We are not going to attack the giant alligator.
That's like saying, please smash my ship.
So, while you guys are having this conversation, sorry, we're going to switch back over to crew real quick. Alright, so we have to make rolls.
That was a split, by the way.
Excellent. So we got 5 engineering, 4 finance, 4 people. Okay, so I'm going to make these rolls.
I don't think Otter actually picked. It said defending.
Alligator.
I don't know which would be appropriate.
I
Pick one.
We'll defend the goods. So 4.
Finance.
Yeah, finance. Like
So 5, 5, and 3.
5, and 3. That's good. Navigation was the lowest one though. This'll be funny.
Oh, you put an emote in. I saw it.
Roll. This is for navigation. These are the people like, picking your path. And we are going to go first to the closest one, which is Pastora, correct? We chose Pastora?
It was split between the two. These two.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go to the Pastora because it's the closest. Okay, something is going to break on this ship.
Oh, heck.
Like, you guys are going to get lost.
No. I'm saving the ship.
Was that the raise it by
Yep,
one?
that's a triumph. Turn it to a
Okay,
20,
triumph,
isn't it?
triumph,
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so the ship, navigationally, it went perfect. You guys got just on a really good speed getting to where you're going. And because that was I'm going to roll the other two because now I know that. So, in engineering, how did that one go? That one went perfectly in and of itself. And how did we do the... I would have spread these out if one of them would have been really bad, but nothing good, nothing terrible, nothing good. Like, you guys made great speed getting to the Pastora. Let's did I move? I gotta move everybody to. I'm moving everybody to this map real quick. Let's mark right here. There is a rift, a very unstable, very dangerous rift right here. That is what almost sucked you in, even with, like, using this ship. Like, bad navigation, but then all of a sudden, like, it turning into a 20 made you swerve away from it very well. You got away. A little bit of rocking, but with a 13, nothing was broken, and with a 19, absolutely, like, all of the engines are firing on all cylinders. But we do have a nasty... I'm going to actually draw it on the map. Right here. There is a rift, and it is dangerous. Like, it seemed like it was pulling harder than most rifts do. Right. So back to... And you guys are unloading the items. And as you all are walking around this giant swamp, and it's taking time. Like, I'm sure all of you know what it's like to walk in gross mud. Like, the eagle's doing fine. Corzipa's not doing that great. Well, unless, like, are you the kind of snake that likes the water?
Yeah, anacondas love water.
Okay, then you're doing great. Kai and especially Stein is doing terrible because they're so short. Like, you are up, like,
piggyback ride.
Everybody else is like up to like waist. You're up to like chest, and it's terrible.
Yeah, I got the suit though, so
yeah, you got the suit.
Mitigates it.
Yeah, and so at least your outfit, like Kai's outfit, is getting destroyed though. Like, you're gonna be so gross.
This is nothing compared to soot and various acids.
Did we ever learn that spindle's name that we're looking for?
No, you never did learn his name.
We know he's the stupid one.
Everybody just calls him the dumb one. Which is kind of rude.
Okay.
I think his name is like... What's a dumb flower?
Daffodil.
We'll call him
Yes.
Daffodil. We'll just call him
Audrey
Dill.
too.
Dill? Huh?
It's Daffy.
It's just Daffy.
Happy.
Daffy.
Oh,
Daffy is
Polly.
the... They're all named after flowers.
Okay, Daffy. I'm gonna shout out, Daffy, come out here, so come with us.
Yeah, make a roll for that. Let's see how that goes.
11.
11's not terrible, but I do get to give you a choice.
I would have said it was a 4 based on the way that it landed, but obviously, like, that doesn't matter. But...
It does look like a 4, doesn't it?
Yeah. The game says
It does, I agree.
Yeah, well, it's an 11, I guess. But, they are going to get mad. Like, you are going to anger these fairies. Or you can, like, one of them immediately, as soon as you start raising your voice, raises their spear to you. Like, they make a step closer. So now they actually seem like they are threatening, not just guarding you off. And you can continue to yell, that's fine. And it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll yell what I said.
Okay. So...
Oh boy.
This is rapidly turning into Right by Conquest to name this place.
and they all seem to have these long spears. And she's like, "This is a holy place. You will be quiet."
I wasn't aware that this was a place of sanctuary.
Corzipa would kind of lean down. It's a ziggurat. They're usually holy.
Many religions come in many forms, and some not at all. And some can appear religious and not mean anything.
Well, this one means a lot to us. And to the trade. Do you not respect the trade? We're offering you a very fair deal. Very fair.
2 teeth from each of us for 1, let's call it an object. That seems very unfair.
You'll get them back. They grow back, yes?
Not always.
They all kind of like take a moment and confer about that. And they're like, the main one is, hold on. Are you sure?
Yes.
They all huddle together and they're just, but we were told to go left.
Actually, my teeth do grow back, by the way.
Yours might. Mine will not.
It varies greatly from person to person.
And now she's like, now I think you're lying.
Are they still huddled up?
Yeah, they're all pretty huddled up right now. All together. Oop.
Out of curiosity, how long is June stuck as a bird?
Are you stuck?
I can be a bird as long as I want. I can transform any time, but you don't know. You might know that. But
What about fingernails? My fingernails grow back. Would you accept some clippings of those?
She laughs and she's like, oh, he laughs. Fingers don't have teeth.
Does the suit have a glove that I can pull off? Or is it like one piece? I just want to show him my fingers to see that they kind of do.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. You can pull a glove off, but like those aren't teeth. These, and she like reaches like behind her and like pulls out a sack and shakes it. These are teeth. The rattle. And it's like she starts showing like, and like she has this bag is full of so many teeth, and just so many different kinds of teeth. Like you definitely see crocodile teeth in there. You definitely see what looks like the spindle teeth because they are way larger than normal human, despite the fact that they are roughly the same shape and size, like shape and dimensions. Mm-hmm. There's definitely some snake fangs in there. It's just a collection of just teeth. Also, no blood on them at all. Like, not even at the roots. Like, the whole root came out, like a full root canal. But not a bit of blood on any of them. They come out pristine. And she's fine. You are all so attached to your faces. What do you have otherwise? If you want the boy.
I'm sorry, we've been talking for so long. What's your name?
My name is 3. And yours?
You can call me Chef.
Okay.
Gavan.
Okay. And then Eagle squawks really loud.
Squawk.
Doctor.
She's like, fine, we've traded pleasantries. Now it's custom. And she starts walking up the ziggurat stairs. Despite the fact these are normal person-sized stairs, so when she's like when he's walking up them, it's like a big leap between them, but they're not missing a single one of them. It's like, don't skip any stairs. Come on.
Alright, we'll follow and take it one by one.
I skip stairs?
Well, don't let them see you skipping stairs. I would recommend touching every one of them.
I'm flying, so
One of the fairies like gets up in your face and it's just like, even the birds take the stairs.
Hop, hop, hop.
That's right. This one's very stern. It's very like arms crossed, just like puffing its like weird bug cheeks. Fine. And they like walk you in, and inside you just see Daffy. He's sitting at a table. He has none of his teeth anymore.
I agree, Cat.
Okay, real quick.
Timing.
All of his teeth have been removed, and he is sitting there with what looks like a weird porridge, and he's just trying to like swallow it down.
Daffy, I presume.
Oh God, who are you?
We are from the Lockstitch Academy. We've been sent on task to find you and others who
You're from
might
the-
still be out in the swamp.
You're from the what? I don't care. Can you get me home?
They said you
Yes.
could leave.
Yeah, I know where home is. I'm not stupid. Did you see
Okay.
the size of that alligator? Oh, sorry. Did you see the size of that crocodile? Because he's stupid.
All the way over there, yes.
Yeah, he's not bothering anyone.
What? It's huge. Somebody make me a 20-sided roll. Just a roll.
I did the last one.
I
I'll
don't
do
trust
it.
myself.
Huge and all the way over there.
Alright, your eagle eyes take in the room, and there are murals all over these walls as well. And there seems to be a large, like, shrine in the middle, but this place seems unfinished. Like, those stairs are the only, like, real, like, stairs. There's no doors built into anything, not even, like, stone doors. They're all open. And there's no, like, really individual rooms. It's just, like, this one room with some, like, things carved in, like, murals carved into the wall. And one of the murals is a large, like, serpent. A large winged and beaked serpent fighting against a giant, what appears to be a moth.
Is it a giant moth?
It's an absolutely gargantuan moth. Like, you can see the ziggurat is carved into it below it. And the moth is bigger than the ziggurat, and the weird, like, lizard bird is slightly smaller than that.
So I'll
So-
ask, oh, what can you tell me about that mural?
Are you asking Daffy? Or are you asking
I'm
about the
asking 3.
face? Oh, 3. Excellent. 3's just like, the trade, the deal. They protected us, we protect them. They need teeth. And just shrugs like
Who,
obvious.
who are they?
The Whisperers, the Kukla.
Does someone remember Kukla?
So while this is going on, we are gonna all make rolls for the next section of. We are heading up to the Salt and Sand. This is a place that we have not been in the story yet. These waters are rather choppy.
God.
Even worse. But interesting things happen if we don't fix all the rolls, just so everybody knows. You can fix the rolls. That's fine. I'm not mad. I'm just saying there are things that can happen because of bad rolls. But after I start saying what the fuck was that?
Triumph.
It was a weird cactus showed up.
It did. I don't really understand.
That was
those
cool,
parts.
cute.
So, loot rolls or whatever, they have cosmetics that you can add to your rolls if you spend a lot there.
Mhm.
Alright, so, navigation's a 20, so we're not getting lost. Alright. Another chance. This is engineering. Another chance that something's gonna go wrong. And the thing that's going to go wrong with engineering is you're going to detect a rift so bad. What? You're going to detect a rift so bad that, like, it's going to start pulling... It's going to start pulling Leto out of the ship. Like,
Oh.
That's bad, right?
like Leto's
That's-
going to stay in one place, and the ship's going to start going another. Like, it's so strong that it's ignoring Leto. And Leto's what keeps you safe from it. Like, this isn't immediately done. This is just what's happening. And now we're gonna do the... How do the supplies last? That is a 1, and I get to have fun.
Oh no.
So you are deploying some goods to the Salt and Sanctuary. Salt and Sanctuary, that's a good game. But the City of Salt and Sand. Some of those are directly from the Parliament. Those are the boxes of explosives that you saw. And normally, normally these would be fine because they're in a box. They're kept safe. Everybody should be taking care of them. In the panic of like the Leto drive being sucked out of the ship, starting to be sucked out of the ship, they detonate.
Oh no.
Your stupid storage bay is in ruins now.
It was organized!
Not anymore.
The storage bay is beginning to flood.
It wasn't me this time.
The Wanderpus is in some serious danger. All sorts of alarms are going off. Everybody's just got those red lights and just like the honk, 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 whatever. Shit's going down. Back to the
no.
other game.
Someone was in there.
Who was in there? Oh, lots of people must have been in there. All of the whoever signed up for the keeping them safe. Who are the people who went with? Oh, sorry. Otter Time did it, and so, and I think Toast is in there, and I think Joaquin is in there. We ordered coffee a while ago, and they just
This
really...
bitch cannot fucking find the apartment. It is stressful watching her go like literally everywhere but my apartment.
So
You ordered coffee?
I ordered coffee and like some like pastries for breakfast, even though breakfast was hours ago.
so
Rickham
Here-
City folk.
here's the right. But here's how things are going down. If you have abilities to try to fix this, I recommend you all reading your abilities to try to take care of this flooding of the ship situation. Like, we will make rolls for it in a moment, But use as many abilities as you can, I would recommend. Because the ship is sinking.
I had a question.
Yep.
I know I'm not there and can't do anything, but in the event I had something that could work, but I don't have the AP for it, could you go into the negative with consequence?
You cannot. No, it's very clear about sticking just to the 10. Like a lot of other games, it does make sense that you can go into the negative for the consequence, and I really like that. But this game is all about being easy.
Okay.
That's how I killed a wizard in D&D.
So ship is sinking. You have no idea that this is happening. You're currently studying a mural as like the sun starts to rise in the distance. Like rising over like the mountainous form of this giant alligator.
It's beautiful.
So I
like
did
a
have.
white-scaled alligator.
Stein, you get to add 1 AP.
So you have 2 now, if
Yeah.
that helps.
Oh, good. What caused that?
Otter Time gave you a card. I gave you a 1 AP card.
An AP boost.
Thank you very much.
So I have a question. If I were to transform into an animal with more teeth than a human or fawn, in my case, could we give them the extra teeth and not have me lose teeth on the fawn?
Raises a lot of questions about how do you think your shapeshifting works? Does your shapeshifting work like that? Like, are you losing energy from somewhere else? I will let you do it, but it's going to cost you more AP. It's going to cost you an additional 2 AP to grow your teeth back.
While we're doing this, Corzipa will offer up her teeth. Or at least 2.
Oh, you're in a, like... Sorry. You don't need to trade for the boy anymore.
Oh! Never mind! My teeth! Mine!
Oh, okay.
Because the information, they were going to trade you where the boy was for your teeth. But you were polite to them and offered your names. So they had to follow tradition, which is invite
Hospitality.
them in. And the boy was already sitting there, so everything just fell into your place.
Is there like an altar or like a central platform of prayer in here?
Yeah, there's definitely an altar. It seems to be the other than the one mural that is complete, it's the only other complete thing. The table that is in here does not seem to be from in here. It does not seem to be from this one. It seems to be like a stolen item.
Or maybe a traded item.
Or maybe a traded item. They got it somehow.
Will the giant alligator try to kill us if we try to leave?
Oh, most certainly. Well, I mean, if he sees you. He's not very nice. We can't get his teeth. They're very big. I don't think they'd be useful anyway. They wouldn't fit through the hole.
Wait, what?
Oh, his teeth wouldn't fit through the hole.
Which hole?
The trade hole.
The...
You people know nothing. Would you like to see the trade hole?
We would.
You are our guest.
Scree!
Of course. And she, I keep messing up. Like, he is a he. 3 is a he. He. There we go. I might have it now.
E3.
He 3. I love the idea that the fucking ship is sinking while this conversation's happening.
Yeah.
It's great, actually.
Thank you guys for letting me keep those low rolls. Low rolls are how a story gets told. You can't be perfect.
True.
So they lead you to this tree up here. And in the tree, all of these dots right here are also more of them. They look like a branch of it, but they're not. They're just more fairies. And they're like, we have a guest, and another guest, and another guest, and another guest. And then, like, Daffy, by the way, refuses to leave the ziggurat. Like, he will wait for you here, but he will not come with you.
I'm going to tell him that he's free to walk back with us as we are going back on our way.
He nods. And he's yeah, okay. But I'm not going out there.
Okay.
So once we're outside, as we're approaching the thing, I will transform back into fawn form so that I can actually talk to people.
3 just stares at you suspiciously.
So, what do you trade the teeth for?
And she, he reaches behind him and grabs a different pouch, and she's like, these. And he opens up a pouch, and anyone that was privy to the game the trading game, will recognize them. These crystals are the same crystals that the owls had, and they were trading during that game. They are beautiful, like, uncut gems. They're like super craggy, super like crystalline, and they range from the colors yellow to red to blue. The majority of them are yellow. Like, you have one of them in your ship right now that is roughly the size of a cantaloupe, and that is a yellow one. It is like in your vault, locked behind the doors. And it's like,
And all
oh, go ahead.
all teeth are worth the same. All teeth are worth a crystal.
Oh, we put in them, and then they give us. And then the owls come, and we give them, and they give us.
Do you know what the owls do with the teeth?
Oh, the owls don't take the teeth. The owls take the crystals. So, let me, like, real quick, because, like, I know she talks. It's the way that he talks. What he is saying is they trade the teeth for crystals, then they trade the crystals to the owls for other goods. And, like,
Economy makes sense.
around the tree, you can see a bunch of furniture. There's, like, a KitchenAid, like a kitchen set. There is, like, a sink randomly put up. There is, like, a bunch of tables, like, tons of little beds. It's like a little village, except for if you just piled all of the stuff of a village together as one giant pile instead of building houses around it.
Could you show us how the trade works?
Of course. And he pulls out his, like, bag and takes one of the teeth, looks at it, does the gem appraising thing, and walks up to a knothole in the tree and just pushes it through. And you can, in the distance, you hear a little, like, beep, like dropping a coin in a well.
Okay.
And
What's
then, oh, go ahead.
What's the rift detector say?
Oh, the rift detector is very upset at this tree.
Okay.
I think it's been up the entire time we've been in the swamp, though.
It's been giving you like this shit is fucking insane all day, but it's way, way, way worse right now. Like, it is bright red, like you are as red
Basically
as
at the epicenter of the rift.
yes. Like, this is like, if this whole place has been a vortex, you are in the eye of the storm.
Now, how big is that hole in the tree?
It is too small for even them to get through.
But the tree has like a gate somewhere on it, right?
In the pictures it would, but this one does not. But that book was probably hundreds of years old.
Was
And
probably
trees keep
in that
growing.
floor.
Can I look up and see if I see the arch?
Yeah, I will. I don't think this requires a roll. You can see the outline of what might have been an arch, what might have been a doorway, like years ago. Like when you carve your name in a tree, but then like hundreds of years go by and the bark keeps falling off. You can maybe make it out, but you know it's not going to function like it did.
So after he drops the teeth in the well, the tooth in the tree.
Nothing
Anything
happens. Nothing has happened just yet. And he's like, it takes time. Sometimes they're busy.
These are the kukla you're talking about?
Oh no, the kukla's far too important. Like, I think they're just his servants. Now I don't know who they are. I've never been over. We sent Wally one time because when he was very small. And points like 3 points to a very small one that's just like rocking back and forth.
Hasn't gotten over it.
So wait, you
Go ahead.
do the teeth have different value? Because like catfish have thousands of teeth.
I've heard tale of that catfish.
All the way out here.
Everyone knows of the catfish. I heard it was 14 miles long.
I think that's the biggest we've heard that it could be.
Where is Wally right now?
Wally is sitting on one of these mushrooms, rocking back and forth.
I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna say, it's important to remember everything that's happened to us, but it's even more important to move on so that it doesn't weigh us down. And I am going to use my relieve ability to just relieve him of his anxiety, pain, and discomfort for an hour.
That's very cool. Take an AP for that. Like, I don't know how much AP you spent on that. Was it 1?
Just one.
Yeah. Okay. You don't worry about spending any AP. It cancels itself out by good role playing. I like that a lot. Wally does feel way better, and she's like, "Oh, go ahead. Something happening with the crew? I see the crew has like been taken care of."
I mean, we're trying. Art was asking whether they can use an ability multiple times in a row, or if there's a week between them.
No, you can just back-to-back things. But so, unless the ability specifically says otherwise. Alright, because the crew seem to be getting impatient with all the water. I saw somebody spent like a bunch of AP, somebody spent...
I do like Kawari's out-of-the-box use of the Fantastic Feast.
Here's a bunch of tables. No! There's food in my ammo bunker!
Your ammo is like in the ocean now.
Oh yeah, we'll see how the guns came out of it later. Alright.
No!
Alright, so this is...
Is your office like right there as well? Like, I'm just curious.
Alright, I was gonna bump that up to the next level based on all the AP people's on. So that's a natural, like that's a 20 now. That is a triumph. You have successfully gotten the ship under control. You can seal off the cargo hold, but you have lost. You've lost everything that you did not transport already. Like you delivered to Pastora, but you could not make the other 2 deliveries, and now it's basically, how do you get home, and how do you get back? How do you get back to Port Barter, and then how do you get back to the Lockstitch Academy? Those are the roles we're gonna be making in the future. You did good job though. I really do like all of your uses of abilities. And yeah, if they used the feast, did they use the feast card or?
Their ability, the feast ability.
Okay, what does the feast ability say to do?
I don't remember what kind of ability that is.
Yeah, we'll find out later. Alright, so you are back at the so Wally stands up and he's just like, there is something between. Like, I went through, and the other side is beautiful. It's wonderful. I met the Kukla. He's amazing. He's so generous. But on the way back, I saw something. And he draws a quick sketch for you. And let me see if I can get you a picture here. Here we go.
What's he drawing it on?
Oh, he's drawing it on a piece of bark from the tree. He just peels a piece of bark right off the tree. And as he peels the bark off the tree is basically like a waterfall. Like, this is the wettest tree you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's a good picture. Alright, hey, if you don't like, bugs, don't click this link. So, I just put it in the...
Oh, I don't like that.
But that creature, he's motioning that it's bigger than the alligator. It's huge. It's giant. And it's he describes it as red with hundreds and hundreds of little ones all over it. And it somewhere between a water bear and a tick that size.
So, one of the red caps that we've seen?
It's the little ones that he's drawing on it are definitely similar to the red caps that you've seen. I can just put a red cap on the screen real quick. Yeah. Boop. Similar to this guy. But imagine if this thing was elongated. And also, it seems to be flying in the picture that he's drawing. It's between the worlds. Between here and there. It's and I think they saw me.
May I see that?
The picture?
And he's just asking the further picture.
Oh, definitely. He'll just hand over the picture.
So
Wally is incredibly appreciative of the curing of his.
I don't like that. Okay. So I'm going to keep the bark, but also pull from my bag my dossier and close the bark in it once, just to get a redundant copy of the picture in my book.
Very nice. Also, whoever's holding the detector, when the bark is peeled back, it is even more crazy. You feel I'm just gonna give it to you. If you peel the bark off, you can walk through this tree.
Okay. So the tree is the rift.
How do we seal this?
I think they'd be very angry if we did.
Let's try not to have to blow ourselves out of here.
I'll ask Wally, when they saw you, did they try and pursue you?
There's a wall. And they couldn't get through the wall, but they could definitely see me. I stopped short. It's not... He's trying to he's motioning with his hands to try to explain it, but it's a very complex thing. It's there's another room between here and there. And when you're there, that's when they can see you. And normally you just pass right through, but I stopped in fear. And I looked out into the darkness. And in the darkness, they were there, and they screamed. it like makes a weird screaming noise, and I mentioned it multiple times in the other game that it sounded unlike any animal you had ever heard, and this little guy is trying to recreate that sound, and he gets close enough that it's like still very unsettling.
It's okay. You don't need to dredge that up if you don't want to.
This is the fairy Wally. Not Wally like the movie, but just normal Wally, like Wally West. He was the Flash. Is the Flash? I don't know if he's dead. I don't follow DC.
It's probably died like 50 times.
I fucking guarantee it. God damn it, DC.
And then reset time just as many times.
Have we ever dealt with something that was like a plant before? Or no?
A plant?
I'm getting like the rift being a plant.
No, this is very new. This is incredibly new. The first time you dealt with a rift coming out of the mist was the last game as well, but it did confirm some theories that people had. I remember Seth had a theory that clouds could be rifts. And
I don't think that destroying the tree would solve the problem of that in-between space, because I think that's probably in between all rifts.
Three perks
definitely.
up. It's just like, you cannot destroy the tree. Like, we are friends. We have shared a table,
Yeah.
but like all of them have their spears out.
Would be allowed to bring additional crew out to study the tree? I think we have some things to learn from it.
Studying the tree is acceptable, but you cannot hurt the tree.
June, is this tree healthy, would you think?
Is the tree healthy?
Alright, June, go ahead and roll me a 20-sider for me.
Do I get a bonus for being basically
you
a
do.
brute?
Yeah, I am giving
All
you...
right.
There's bonus stuff. There's a lot of information, and I don't know how much to give you without the roll. $19
Aw.
is, like, it's basically a 20. So this tree is incredibly healthy. It almost seems, like, not even seems, you know it from other things. That, you know how volcanic ash can make something incredibly healthy? Like, when a forest burns down, that kind of thing, situation. And like, this tree is definitely growing out of volcanic ash. But you know for a fact there is no volcanic ash around you. It is also, upon looking at the leaves are they're large, but they're still green. But upon studying, it almost looks like there's words written on it. Almost. Like, it looks like words are starting to form. So, like, you get the idea that this is a precursor to a word tree.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this looks like it could be a young word tree, and while the rift is obviously dangerous, I mean, think of how much we've benefited from the word tree and how magnificent it is. It'd be a crime to do anything that would hurt this.
Also, you do see, like, a large piece of bark that looks like it could be easily pulled aside to, like, accommodate any one of you walking through this tree.
Okay, then I will turn to June and say, well, that begs the question, is the original word tree a rift?
Yes, questions we're gonna have to ask the whole crew, I'm sure.
He'd look at Tobias would look at Sauma. You brought your diving suit.
I brought my diving suit too. I'm willing to go in.
Now we'll go. I am willing to go as well.
Alright, so the two of you, is it June and Sauma, or is it Corzipa and Sauma? Like, voices got mixed for me.
I was one of them, June.
Okay, so June and Sauma Stein. So
Yes.
you
Then
two
I have the kit in case we need to sew it.
Alright. So let me just grab you two real quick. Try to touch you on the stream. Didn't try to grab you on the... Roll
They're
20.
the same.
It
They're
happens.
the same picture.
Yeah, it happens all the time for me. Alright, so you two go through. And as you're passing through, and this is the first time other than the time you guys accidentally ended up here, right? That you're ever going through a rift. This is the first time we're going through a rift.
This is my second time because I came from another
Yeah,
place.
that's what I mean. The first time was accidental. This time you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Corzipa and Kai. Oh wait, no, Corzipa and Tobias. Sorry.
Yep.
Are you two making anchors for them?
Yes.
Oh, if that's a thing, then yes, please.
Yeah, you two are like strongly anchoring them down. That's actually good that you split up then, just because I can do less with a bad roll if you split up.
And I am reassuring the stick folk that this is not harmful to the tree.
Oh no, they're fine with the pulling off of bark. They do it all the time.
Is there
Okay.
anything I can like wrap my tail around to like extra anchor myself down?
Yeah, we'll definitely say there's a big old rock.
Rock!
Alright, so here we go. Alright, so you guys come out, bloop, right there. You come out of a steaming hot fountain. If you were not wearing these suits, if you just came through in the diving bell, you would have taken massive amounts of damage. These hot springs are so hot.
I take it we see this big volcano here.
Yeah, the big volcano is right behind you. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
I will turn to the volcano and offer a quick prayer, because my goddess is all about that.
Please return 1 AP. Give yourself 1 more AP.
Nice.
And then, you see a giant statue of what looks like a bird lizard. The dragon statue is all they had on the thing, but I was trying to get as close as I could. And it is made of entirely of that yellow crystal. And we only have the one icon for it, but one of the spindle come walking up to you. This one's walking away. It's like, visitors! And this spindle is not wearing a mask, and it has all of its teeth. It is wearing a very nice robe, no mask, no hair, tattoos all over its skull, and from the other ones that you can see in the distance, they also are very similar to this. They seem like they have writing all over their skulls, and they're wearing like flowing robes. Like, visitors, it's been a while, says that little one. How may I help you?
We are investigating the rifts. We come to see how this one is functioning.
Ah, the rifts, of course. Like they say when they say rifts, they kind of like that's what you call them. And they motion to the portal that you just came from. That one comes from an unknown plane. We don't go there. It's too dangerous, too uncertain. And then they go over to this one, over here. This one's from a dark plane. We keep it sealed and monitored. And then they go over to, they lead you to this one. This one is from a fantastic plane of abundance of life and creatures the size of which, boggle the mind. And this last one has been inactive for hundreds of years. What would you like to know of the rifts?
It's this one that we just came through.
Yeah.
How are they so stable?
Oh, we didn't let them get out of control. We were here when they were when they were torn.
How are you able to do that?
Oh, we are not. Come. We'll introduce you to the kukla. And they just lead you to this ziggurat, which is in much better condition, by the way.
Are anchors long enough to reach?
It. I don't believe so. No.
Is the environment once we're far away from the steam? Is it like breathable atmosphere and such?
It appears to be, because the spindle seemed to be the spindle. Like, as doctor and like biologist, you're like, okay, this is probably air.
So I assume there's some kind of like pulling on the rope that like translates to the code of I'm safe, do not pull this back in. Right?
Probably.
All right, so I'm gonna take the helmet off and take the rope and follow.
And for the crew game right now, you have got the ship not sinking anymore, but how are you getting the Leto smoke back into the Leto drive? That is, like, I see Royce is currently trying to figure that out themselves.
Use a bellows.
So you two walk up to the ziggurat, and
I'm keeping my suit on, but unclipping the anchor.
okay. This is the kukla.
He's beautiful.
So majestic.
Look at those sparkling eyes.
This, what you would at first at a distance assumed were scales, are definitely not scales. The closer you get, you realize that this is a very large bird serpent with very large wings folded back, but a random, like, you can't tell how many limbs it has, and they seem to be coming out of every different part of it. Like, some are straight from the bottom, some are from the top, some from the sides. They're all like hand, like dragon claw situations. But there's got to be at least 30 of them, and they're not symmetrical at all, and they're also varying sizes. So, like, you deduce as a doctor and as a biologist of a type that the spindle and the kukla might be related.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
the kukla is just like stares down at you and sniffs the air. Stein, did you take your suit off?
No.
Okay, so you have your suit still on. And it's just like, and where do you come from, travelers?
It's locally known as liminal.
And I a world before it.
Oh, well, same, but I'm talking about the immediate departure.
The kukla nods. It's just like, oh yeah. Upon investigating its scales, I said they weren't scales. They're teeth. Every single one of its scales are iridescent, painted teeth. And it looks like there's a large section near its tail that are it's like a puzzle missing pieces.
Is it the tip of his tail? Like he's not done with it, or is it a section?
It's a large section of both. Like the tip of its tail is like a corn on the cob that you've eaten most of it off of it. So it just kind of looks really like, compared to the beauty of the rest of it, its tail is really kind of gross looking, and it just has a bunch of holes. And there are patches all over its body, now that you know to look for it, that it's missing spots. It like gestures to itself, to its empty spots. It's just like, I'm sorry you have to see me in such a state. It's taken a very long time to recover.
Recover? Do you refer to the fight with the moth?
I do refer to the fight with the moth. Those creatures. And he motions to the rest like this. They caused all of this. They eat the fabric of reality.
caused what? The separation of planes?
No,
The rifts?
the planes have always been separate. They caused a connection between them. The connection doesn't belong. There are things between that don't belong in the worlds. It's far too dangerous to let them in, and they give them a gateway.
And how many of them are there?
Probably infinite beyond infinite, I'd imagine.
Luckily, the moths do not breed very rapidly. It's just... They grow at an alarming rate once born, but there should not be many of them out there, and I have taken down a fair number myself, and my ilk have also. We travel from realm to realm, trying to, limit their destructive natures. But of course, some slip by.
It seems like you have the very same goals as our academy, then, if it is to stop the rifts from forming. You need teeth?
I use teeth as my basis. It is what I am.
If we could seal these rifts, would that be a boon to you?
I don't imagine it would. He needs teeth from other places, for sure.
Using the magnet, crew, using that magnet would be a great idea.
Oh.
I stand by that decision very well. I actually love that choice.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch exactly that setup, so...
Yeah, using the magnet to pull the Leto drive back in. Mwah, chef's kiss. That's exactly the kind of shit that I wanted from, use of those cards. Out of the box thinking. I didn't know what people were going to do with that magnet. Use the magnet to suck Leto back in. But anyway.
They asked if sealing the rift would be helpful, I think, is what...
Yes.
Yeah.
Those rifts are stabilized for the most part, as long as we don't attract too much attention, as long as we only send items through. Someone came through years ago. You may have heard of him, Small Man. Wonderful little small man. Yeah.
Alright.
He attracted more attention than we would have liked, and I believe your plane is at threat from beings more chaotic than what the moths are.
That is our mission, is to find and stop that.
But if you were to seal these rifts, you have to take into account the action, what would happen afterwards. I would no longer be getting these teeth. I would no longer be able to get to my full strength. The fairies would no longer be receive the crystals, and they would no longer be able to trade and live the lives that they are living. I cannot tell you what to do on your side of the rifts. That is your world and your decisions. But my world is dependent on this give and take.
But by the sound of it, you're not using the dormant portal nor the one to the plane of darkness.
No, but we have to watch them. And I would recommend you not do anything untoward in my plane. Your plane is your own.
Have you ever heard of a catfish?
I've heard of many a catfish. The little one told me a story of one that was 4,000 miles long.
Would that be enough teeth to repair what's left of your armor or yourself?
Were you to hunt such a creature and capture it and bring the teeth to me, then yes, I will take your teeth.
Something to an option to give to our captain.
Just so you know, that'll be this thing's one shot when it has a card. And when this thing has a card, then the game that we will play will be catching that fucking catfish.
Catfishing.
I love it.
So, it has been long enough that you guys are starting to get worried on the other side.
I'll explain that we have to go back because obviously we shouldn't be here too long. But we'll let our captain know about you and maybe hunt some catfish.
Now, I will tell you right now, you are if you leave this open, if you leave this rift open, you are directly defying Admiral Tope's rules.
Oh, I'm definitely kept that in mind.
True, but I don't think we can close this rift and not start a war with the spindles. So I think it's something we need to talk to the captain about.
That is perfectly acceptable.
We also, I don't think, are quite sure how we would seal a rift that is tree.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I will tell you that you would have figured it out there. You would have to cut down the tree. You would cut down the tree and then seal the rift.
But does that?
But it might be a world tree
against harming the word tree.
That's all speculative at this point.
I mean,
right.
Harming a world tree, cutting off a
I will
direct
take
route to a god.
I will take
godlike
full
figure.
responsibility for this decision.
You're the guy that let the snailsman in.
No, I didn't.
Oh wait,
I
no,
was-
sorry. That was
I helped with the cat.
No,
I helped
let
with the cat.
That was me.
but
I let the snailsman in and the portal eating moth.
the cat was partially me, but partially I was the lesser part of that.
We don't know for sure that your moth is that moth.
I know that we don't know for sure, but the pieces are falling into place, like almost perfectly.
It's the same moth. I know it is.
But also the fact that this has three stable portals on the other side that have been like stabilized, and I need to find my way home. Like my character's priorities is, yeah, God might be useful for that.
Makes perfect sense to me. Alright, so you are heading back through?
Yeah.
Yes.
And not going to seal the rift because this situation is complicated.
The kukla actually hands you both a feather from its head, like what the plume, and hands it to you, and it's just like, it will work when you need it. And then does not explain further.
Hey, thank you for the gift.
Yeah, I'd bow in thanks. Yes.
So you have a blue feather that the more you stare at it, like the more it kind of looks like outer space. It looks like a galaxy moving.
Hey, like Corby.
Neat.
Yes, like Corby. So I'm gonna need a 20-sider now for the trip back through the rift.
Oh!
That is a very good one. That is a very good one.
Uh-oh.
Keep it. Keep it.
Keep it. I'll keep it.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
We might need that feather.
So, you get back in the pool, like the hot spring, and as you're traveling through, and this time it goes a little bit slower. The way back is a little bit slower, which is probably what happened to Wally. You notice the roots of the tree that you came through are actually in this space between the worlds.
Ah.
Like, they are connecting both of them. Now, okay. Hey, don't bite me. Bite me? Why are you biting me?
Oh, why are you vicious?
Oh, God.
Yeah, Terrence was very upset.
Terrence was the one.
That's the one roll. Alright, so that is a very good one. Do we have any ideas in chat? What does this one mean?
Uh-oh.
I mean, didn't Squishy get a one
Something
going
breaks.
through?
Oh no!
Alright, Cole, what breaks? Did he
Cole
say
said a tether.
Oh, that is delightful. Who's it's got it.
I rolled the dice.
You rolled the one, so it's gotta
Yeah.
be June. June, your tether breaks, and you are pulled through, like, just straight through the wall. Like, the wall that the Wally said was there. It's not even there for you. There was just a perfect little hole, and you were going just slow enough and admiring the roots that you are now sucked into nothing. Like, you are just out there. You're not completely gone. Stein can still see you. Do you have any abilities to try to pull yourself back?
If I shapeshift, can I turn into a form that can maneuvering this?
You are in a suit.
Oh, that's right.
You're in a weird scuba suit.
But we know that the conditions on the tree side are safe.
You are in between.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
type
good
of
point.
substance are we traveling through right now?
When you are in the foyer that is fucking the between worlds, it's
Shit, what is it called? No, god damn it. There's a name for this.
Ectoplasm, miasma.
No, for this space.
I have an ability.
okay.
It'll probably require additional points than we have, but I can command plants, and there's tree roots here.
Sure. Like command
have
nature?
Do you have an
Command nature. I have to come up with a rhyme.
I believe in you.
Snickery snack. Roots bring me back.
There we go. Snickery snack. Snickery snack. Roots bring me back.
Alright, yeah, I'll take it. The roots do come, like, fly out at you and grab you and, like, yank you back. I am gonna give you a massive downside to this, though. Because it was still a 1. And, like, you are safe, and you're gonna, like, you and Stein are both gonna be able to go through this. But as you do see that tick thing that was mentioned. You see the giant thing in the distance, and you hear the roar. Also, the other two, the entire swamp starts rippling. Even the people in the sub starts shaking. Like the nearby rift seems to be like giving out an audible scream that is very uncomfortable. Like the entire world just shakes at once.
Oh.
As you get through, the last thing you see is some of these roots, like, going towards the tick thing and start going into it.
Gross.
Whoa.
That's probably not good. Because ticks are parasites, and
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that wall's not there anymore either. So, Kai and Corzipa, you see these two come flying. Huh?
There's no Pia. It's just Corzipa.
Corzipa and Kai, you see. What did I say?
Tobias.
What did I? Oh, God damn it.
I'm just saying if you want to stick to
I'm
the
trying
name,
to.
what the character names.
Alright, you two see these two come flying back through. And June doesn't have a tether on anymore. And, like, they have, like, roots around their waist. And there has been an issue.
Corzipa looks disappointed.
What was that?
you also hear the giant alligator roar.
Oh no.
It has been disturbed.
Oh,
The whole
no.
world shook for a while.
Somebody done goofed.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Good job, idiots.
It's okay, I can solve this.
Can
I
fix
believe
this. I can fix this. Can we look back through the doorway/portal?
It just looks like wood. Like, you just see
Very
the
wet wood.
That doesn't feel nearly big enough.
Oh no, it's not yet.
That doesn't look nearly big enough.
So I want to say the most helpful words. I have a plan for the alligator. It's not the biggest problem.
I'm sorry, did you say it's not the biggest problem?
I have a solution for the
Where is our sub?
I think I would agree with his assessment.
What happened?
Well, things were going great, but what had happened was we started coming back through, and I think Mama Redcap saw us.
There's
Sub's
a
not
mama
nearby
right
though.
I love how big this alligator's getting.
Toast, the sub's not nearby.
So Toast called in a bombardment from the ship, but the ship is not.
The
nearby.
ship's too far away. Like, you just gotta refund him that card. Too
I'm
far
sorry.
away.
So yeah, I'm looking at this feather that I got in my hand. I'm wondering if now
Okay.
might be the time we might need this.
Is the alligator heading straight toward us?
It's close. Like, regardless of whether it's actually heading towards you or not, it might catch you on accident.
It's collateral.
But if you're thinking about using the feather, then we can use the feather. I can tell you just how it works.
I can solve the alligator problem.
Okay, because it might knock down this tree.
Yes, I prefer if the tree didn't break. because
that
I
would
don't
be
feel like
bad.
conquering a bunch of bugs.
Okay. So Tobias pulls a vial with a blue liquid out of his bag. This needs to get into the alligator.
I mean, it has a mouth. It's right here.
So,
At this size, you probably get it into like an ear hole or a nostril.
or just like it's a pore.
Yeet it at it, see what happens.
Yeah, does it have to be
It
ingested?
has two ends, just saying.
I hate it. Colligator is really good, though.
Oh, you know what?
Suppository.
Oh, what are those birds that sit inside alligator mouths and like
Take their teeth.
and pick their teeth?
I'm terrified of one that on the scale of this.
It'd be about the size of an elephant, wouldn't it?
I mean,
Probably.
probably. I'm actually having a real hard time visualizing this thing's size myself.
Because I could turn into that. I mean, I'll be out of AP, but I can turn into that. And this is my mess.
Yeah, you attracted the alligator and the ticks.
Make it. He just holds up the vial to June. Make it eat this. It'll fall asleep. I hope.
I hate this plan.
I'm intrigued
Talon
by this
sounded
plan. This
robot-y
is...
to me. Did he say? Did they say?
It sounded fine to me.
Okay. What'd they say?
They don't like this one.
don't
I
like
said
the
I
plan.
hate this plan.
Oh, okay. Alright, so,
Do you have
Yeah.
a better one?
give me
This-
that 20-sider if you would like
This
Oh,
is the
they've
kind
been
of
so good to
outside
me.
the box thinking I enjoy.
to turn into a giant bird and drop a poison vial in their mouth. 19 is really good. what is the poison supposed to do?
It is supposed to put something to sleep.
I am going to use my one roll per session to boost that.
Okay, yeah. 100%, make that a 20, yeah. So, yeah, it'll work then. I was gonna say, it's just like, we're gonna need some more than that, a little bit, but 20 makes it work. So, yeah,
It's gonna fall asleep for an hour.
this alligator just falls, and it falls hard, causing all of the water to just go like tidal waves everybody. So I'm not gonna say anybody gets really hurt, but the fairies lose a lot of their furniture.
Aww.
And
More importantly, is the tree okay?
the tree took a hit, but like it's very sturdy. But it was a massive tsunami-sized wave, so let's see how Daffy's doing, shall we?
Oh no! Why did you roll bad?
Ah, Daffy's doing fine. Except for that's a 7. It looked like a 19 for me for a second. So, you have lost Daffy.
Huh.
Oh no.
Otter made that a 1. You have no idea where Daffy went. I was gonna give you a clue of where he went. Daffy is gone. Daffy is dead. Like when you check it, like you see some of his like shoes, and he's like, "That's
Like-
all you got to bring back. That's all Chrysanthemum thought you would be able to get." But
Well, I'm just thinking he went back already.
yes, live with that choice. But we all know he didn't. We all know Daffy is gone. Poor
I don't
Daffodil.
know.
They had such.
Thank you so much. Because, like, never mind.
He probably got like.
Better go down the
He probably
hole.
got poured. Like.
Yeah, like, what if that's what happens when the water comes back? Daffy gets sucked right back into the tree.
Or maybe a new portal that formed in the
Maybe
tidal.
there could be another rift somewhere.
I'm okay with that. I think this turned out a lot better than it could have.
I don't know how it could have turned out much worse.
Some could have blown up.
Daffy's
Rosebud's
fucking
currently rubbing her
dead.
temples.
Daffy's dead. The ship got fixed by a giant magnet and like nailing up fucking metal plates. You have
You didn't
no
seal-
guns left on that ship.
didn't seal the rift.
Didn't
You
seal the
used
rift.
A massive fucking tick thing.
We're going to
Where's
get
this my ammo? Oh,
You
wait,
lost
hold
the-
on.
You
My
lost the
gun?
supplies that Lockstitch like sent you to get.
This is our Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Who loses a hand?
There's
Some
still
people lost
game
teeth.
left to find out.
We're going to get yelled at. That's just as the water settles. Tobias just says, "We're getting yelled at. I can feel it."
Yeah, going over the list of failures in my head, I'm thinking about just like knocking over the tree anyway. Get one thing done right.
I mean, the fairies are distracted by the wave. Like, you could knock down the tree and seal the rift if you want. Like, who has the rift sealer?
I do, Sauma.
But Sauma doesn't want to seal the rift. Or do you?
I'm thinking about that's our only option after the tick. After Mother
Yeah, the
Red
tick saw exactly where we came through.
Yeah, I would begrudgingly agree that after all that, we should probably close this rift because the tick did see us, and I'm terrified of it.
All right, I will like allow it, like 100%. You guys don't have to make any rolls for it or anything. You have the materials on you to get this job done.
Gotta do it.
Something breaks.
Oh, I don't even have to do it.
Tree.
The tree, the tree breaks. Okay, so like yeah, the water did like it sways back and forth and then just snaps in half. So you now see the stump, and the stump is a pool of water. That's how much water is in this thing, and that pool of water is the rift. Like you could seal it right now. And
Yeah, I will.
And I will look away while he's doing it, but know it's the right decision.
alright, well, you have sealed this rift.
It's okay, the wave broke the tree.
I'm still a giant bird, am I?
Like the rift seal, it does. They don't need to make a roll for it, so like it won't break, as far as I can tell. Oh yeah, that wave is gonna hit the city. But it's
Oh
not...
no, Otter, I realized. I'm trying not to think about it. We're already in a not good situation.
Okay, so I'll turn to my 3 fellow officers and say, okay, our mission is done here. Let's return to base.
I
You
don't
get
think
back
we
and you
actually
can't find the
completed
fucking ship.
everything.
But
Alright, team on the ship, let's make the navigation roll to get you back to the thing and see how that works, shall we?
Rip.
I can't believe everything went to shit in the last half hour of the game.
Well, look at that 5.
I think we found out a lot of things, and then
Oh dear.
Face consequences. What are the consequences? Any ideas?
No, I'm gonna bump that up to a 6.
Oh, okay. So it's a tough choice.
Where did-
you
where did the
succeed in
card
getting
go?
back, but there is a cost. What should the cost? What?
Also raised by 1.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So it is a 6 and... Yes, you all will be able to make it home just fine, but the items that you did not deliver are going to be a cause for multiple cities to have animosity towards each other. They will blame the other. Each city will blame the other city for this action. So what is happening is now the city of Salt and Sand blames Pastora for not receiving its goods. Because they had they heard that they were going to get stuff. But they don't hold the Lockstitch Academy personally responsible. They blame Pastora because anybody at Pastora can see the fact that Pastora has all these supplies. Where were theirs? Where were their goods that they bought and paid for? We can't
I
look
like
at...
that way of thinking, Kana.
is there another choice?
Or they don't make it back. Or you guys are stranded at Port Barter and cannot play the next game. Until you get back. Those are the choices.
Oh no.
Either
I mean-
abandon your officers, or animosity. Animosity does not mean war. It is not war yet.
Do you guys want to? Does everyone want to vote on it? Is that how we want to like?
We could definitely make that vote. When you start the poll, I have to go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
We do have,
Open this up.
supplies for extended field operations, so we wouldn't be too bad off.
I'm glad you care about us, Cole.
And yeah, maybe while we're here, we can steal more rifts.
I mean, we do have all the supplies for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then we
Maybe,
gotta deal with the alligator.
Yeah, sweep up a little bit of our mess.
I'd play that one shot.
Corzipa is not talking to the other officers right now, just for clarification.
Stranded on Port Barter. Oh dear.
With a very annoyed Lamia, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do it this way. So we're gonna go with we can either abandon the officers for now, or save them, but at the expense of some worldwide issues.
Oh no.
I don't know which one will annoy Corzipa more.
See, but if we get
a lot
abandoned,
of push-ups.
if we get abandoned, it's not our fault.
That's fair.
Oh no.
But here's the thing: you
I
have
think
to deal with an angry Corzipa the whole time.
Corzipa just angry because you didn't get to fight the alligator.
No, Corzipa is very just angry in general already.
You don't even know about your storage room yet.
Oh, trust me. Oh, trust me. There will be a hell.
She feels it. It's like somebody's in my ammo room.
She knows, trust me.
My OCD sense is tingling.
Someone with the bits.
Someone with a lot of bits, yeah.
Someone with a lot of bits really wants war.
Is Toast here? It's probably Toast.
I'm not voting because I'm not on the crew right now. So
Just waiting for more discharge papers to get written up.
well, this was fun.
Well, so far it really looks like Worldwide Issues is gonna like take this one.
Lord.
I mean, this world already has some worldwide issues.
This world, like, I have mentioned it in the past, and everybody will know it. Like, the Kingdom of Yoke is at war with itself. It's doing a very, like, French Revolution style.
Cool.
Wait. Do they do it like every other spring?
Oh my god.
Like, Yoke is just full of, like, Minotaur type, like, Ungulats. And, like, they are at serious war with their, like, bougie leaders.
Again, is this like a revolution that happens every spring?
No, this one started very recently. And it's like actually like mattering, and the longer we don't deal with it, the funnier it gets for me. No, yoke. Y-O-K-E, not yolks.
Alright, then it does look like that we are saving the crew, saving the officers.
Yep, the officers.
At the expense of sowing worldwide issues.
Okay, Sauma, I can give you some stuff about yoke. I'll drop it in the chat.
Damn it.
In the Discord, I mean. Yeah, there's a much smaller amount of it than I thought. Give me a bit and I'll write more up about it. I think it's on a different paper. Alright, so you guys do get picked up. Like, when they show back up at the city, it looks like somebody fucking, like, pulled in with a trash can that's gotten the shit kicked out of it.
How does the city look?
The city is a mess. They have no, like, they are, what's that? Oh, yeah. The city, they are aware that, like, they heard the alligator roar. They assume that all of that loud noises, sorry, wrong map again. They assume that all those loud noises were the alligator being mad at something. And they do not assume that, like, they assume that the earthquake was the alligator getting mad, and the subsequent, tsunami was also the alligator. It destroyed their library. They no longer have a library to study.
Good job, idiots.
No.
So we saved it. Ugh.
You saved it from the fire, but lost it to the water.
I didn't burn it down.
You could, like, if you'd just done both.
I will take that as a personal
It has been-
victory that it didn't burn down.
It has probably been 36 hours since you left the ship. In those 36 hours, that ship just is terrible. You see the ship rising out of the water. No, it has to be up above it because it could not submerge itself anymore. Like, you can tell already that your cannons are bent out of shape. Like, you can see the patchwork. Like, that's where you're fucking, like, where you store shit. Like,
Corzipa picks up a nearby crate.
you see Peanut on top of the ship, like he's on the periscope, just like no clothes on, just lounging in the sunlight,
Sun in his perineum.
just trying to get dry. He is very upset.
Can I throw the crate at someone?
Can you throw the
Anyone,
what?
I don't care.
The crate
Can I
that he
throw
was
the crate
picking
at
up.
someone?
Oh yeah, you just chuck the cake crate at the ship.
Eat that.
Is it just for a fact, or do you want to roll?
Can I throw it at Peanut?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can throw a crate at Peanut. Like, he dodges it and just languishes out, just like big heckin' stretch, big heckin' cat stretch. He stretches his paws way further than it makes sense to.
Like, oh, meow, meow, meow.
Corzipa is fuming.
What did we miss?
Alan, what's your policy on retroactive actions?
It depends on what the big deal is, like what it is. What we thinking?
Hitting the tsunami with my hammer to freeze the water in place.
Do you have the AP for that?
I got 3 AP. That's as much as I need to use the wave crasher.
Okay, yeah. If you do that, you have to cut down the tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Also, freezing the wave.
Freezing the water just puts a time limit on it. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but it gives people a window.
It also makes it really funny because then you are gonna have to scale the
Then I have to
fucking
figure out how to get
water.
past it.
Yeah, because it's not frozen. It's not ice, and it doesn't move anymore.
It's frozen in place, not like temperature frozen.
Yeah.
We couldn't just go around. Like it went out in a circle, right?
Yeah, but it's a circle all through the swamp. So you're just gonna make a giant wall for yourself.
Well, how far away did it splash down on?
It moved all of the water in the swamp. Like for a second, the water right next to you, like at your feet, there was none.
Oh wait, that wouldn't work then. Because if you freeze the water in place, you freeze all of us in place.
Only if your feet are in the water.
Which they most
It is-
assuredly would be.
Yeah,
Considering you're
I
already
did try it,
standing, waist deep.
I made sure that that hammer, while good, has very strong limitations on it. Like, if you ever, like, this is just for everyone's thing. I gave Stein a hammer. He traded for it at one of the first speakeasies that stops water. It stops it. If he hits the ocean with this, the sub can't move through it.
That's one of the things I was wondering about. Like, do I stop the tides in their place and
Yes.
just disrupt all trade on the entire planet?
For 24 hours, you shut water down.
That's one of the reasons I just wanted this hammer. Like,
It's very, very dangerous.
okay, well, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. So you return to the ship, everybody spreads. I assume that you do a full report of what's going on.
Yep, don't leave anything out.
Yeah, so everybody knows the red caps are out there, and there are much bigger, badder versions of it. Wait, you tell them everything, including about your moth?
No, but well, actually, yeah.
June and Stein June and Sauma are the only two that know about the moth.
How many people actually know what's a moth? You said that when I first got it, you said science team does.
Yeah, so like most, like I assume that everybody's talked about it and been like, oh, it's a moth larva, like, and it's starting more and more to look like a moth larva.
I mean, I think June would say something if
I would bring it up as well. Like, I wouldn't leave that out.
Okay.
You know,
It's still
a pretty
just a
big
baby.
deal.
It's still
Part of the mission.
yeah. It's still got nothing. It doesn't do anything except for like cry once in a while now, but you now know a little bit more about it.
Was watching over it.
Yeah.
B+ was watching over it while I was on mission.
Yeah, she was giving it candy. Nika's making a face.
I'm gonna,
One second, we're gonna be muted.
But how are you going to handle this?
Not well, probably.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to clarify something, Tim. Everything's fine. It's fine. Nothing's wrong.
I don't believe you.
Oh
Of
dear.
course not.
It's fine. Like hearing their whispers in the other room. Y'all fucked.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
This is how Corzipa gets discharged again.
Wait, hang on. Can I like make a dramatic like? There we go. It's just me sipping my drink.
So let's see. They're not gonna pay you for delivering the goods because you didn't. You delivered a crate, but started a fucking international incident. So I don't think the crew gets the rewards that you were gonna get from that. There are 2 unknown feathers that have magical properties. They are incredibly magical. Like, you know that they're very legendary. And upon studying, I will drop the what they do in the Wander crew.
technically they are from another plane.
They are from
beyond-
another plane.
So I think they should go in the vault for now.
Yeah, if they go in the vault, they'll never come out. Unless somebody breaks orders and puts them in. But you'd be breaking orders by not putting them in. So that's up to you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna study mine as before I put it in the vault, so I'll find out what it does. Because, like, that's what I do. I study natural things. It's a feather.
Yeah, it's definitely a feather.
Like, is there anyone that studies the objects that are in the vault, or is it just like
There is
Complete
we have an
item.
appraiser that appraises the items to make sure that they're from other worlds. But they're not in the chat right now, I don't believe.
Who was the appraiser?
TSU something?
Oh, Sabori.
Sabori. Baron Boy. So, yeah, that's this game. Everybody gets to pick a new ability, because regardless how badly it got fucked up, you still level up.
Hooray!
Everybody should be at 8 abilities now.
Christ.
Did the crew get their 5 back?
Yeah, you guys all, like, you 4 will get 5 AP restored.
Hooray, I didn't use any AP again because I don't have anything to use it for.
I have to ask, do we not get yelled at by the captain?
Oh, like, the captain might not yell at you, but fucking, let me
Roosevelt
tell you
will.
about a 20-foot beetle with reindeer antlers that's gonna be mad!
where's she right now?
She's back at the Lock Stitch Academy, where you have to go to get this ship repaired. So please, if you're gonna do some like crew quarters RPing, please I know that all that RPing will be taking place at the Lock Stitch Academy, getting repairs done. So please RP fixing the ship. Or studying the feathers, or any of that stuff, but you will not be moving. Chat does not get your AP back. No, you have to play to get it back. Unless you did something really, really cool. And if you did something really, really cool, let me know, because I've been doing a lot of things.
There was
You
the Kobold used the table to repair the ship. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So go ahead and take an AP for that one. Snick snack.
Yay, Quarry.
This was really fun.
I would like
Oh, go ahead.
to play a card now
Oh yeah, go for it.
and figure out the specifics. Not now.
I swear to God, if you choose to
Okay.
break something, you break my cannons.
They're already broken.
Those cannons are straight fucking busted. I'm gonna actually require like engineering rolls throughout the week before the next game to figure out how unbusted we can make this ship. Because we got a game next Monday. We do have a game.
Oh God!
Oh no.
We got a wonderful game next Monday. Monday it's called Rift Wide Wrestling. What was played?
The word tree giveth.
Alright, what's the question?
No, that wasn't the word together.
Oh, was it not?
Oh.
Oh
No.
Lord,
Oh, I
Lord
used the
did
card
play it.
too.
Oh, Lurid played the...
Oh shit. Okay, so we get two. All right.
The question is, what were you two discussing?
Ooh.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So, what we were discussing, and your character cannot act on this. This
Of
is
course.
just, as players, you know it. So, B plus is not from this world. We know they are not from this world. We also know that the water bears are looking for, after blood like crazy. So, who they are looking for is actually, they're trying to find a way to whatever world B plus is from. And I call that the sanguine world. Because they are after the blood. If they find that world, then they are going to be able to become ridiculously powerful. And also,
no.
the moths can eat the fabric of reality and open rifts. Spending a lot of time with B plus will allow the moth to open a hole to B plus's world, which will allow the
Oh no.
red caps to get through, which will end game them immediately.
Oh no.
Oh my God!
That's why when you
Well,
said B
awesome.
was like watching it, I was like,
B plus is bonding with the moth. The moth through the bonding, and especially since it's sentient, not just a creature that eats willy-nilly, it will eat based on like what it likes to taste of.
Oh boy.
Oh, what was the other card played?
Oh, it was the ability scroll from Wizard.
Sure, what are we doing with it?
I'm casting familiar.
Oh, what kind of familiar are you getting?
I don't know yet. I would like to figure the specifics later. I just wanted
Oh
to
yeah, that's
cast
fine.
it while
That's
we were still
absolutely
here.
fine. Yeah, Art, you're in trouble.
Poor me. I had no idea.
Oh, no.
I like that World Tree Giveth card. It's funny.
Oh boy.
That-
Oh.
They switched
Oh, God.
What does this actually show? Oh.
So
And the
thanks,
hits keep coming.
yeah, thanks everybody for coming, and thanks everybody for you four for playing, and very good job. Sorry that some of you didn't get a lot to really it really wasn't like a action game for Talon. I felt bad about that a little bit.
I've accepted that I'm never gonna use my AP for anything useful. I'll be honest.
Don't worry, we'll get you. There are some games coming up where it'll be a thing. But yeah, so we got a lot of exposition done in that game. Whether on purpose or not. So we know a lot more about the world. We know a lot more about the threats. Which are
And the
plentiful.
threat-
And including
And that
didn't let any spies in or any thieves in. You just created internal incidents. That'll be fun.
Innocence.
Roll an incident.
Gee,
I mean,
okay,
I love the chaos we created.
Yeah,
It-
the world's already
great.
supposed to be fucked up. Just now it's really fucked up.
now we're making
Really
it
fucked
worse.
up. Well, we're helping.
Maybe Corzipa isn't so bad.
I don't cat cam to work, but I guess it doesn't want to.
Well, thank you, Alan.
Baddies.
Thank you, Toy.
We're not bad guys. We're just grossly incompetent, apparently.
Yeah,
Apparently.
those were some of the sickest ones I've ever seen.
Oh
What
god.
about the big stuff?
Like all the non-important stuff, chat help. The second biggest shit can go dead. Yes, now's my time. I hate
No,
all
we
of it.
handle that ourselves.
But yeah, so we've got another game coming up. Next Monday, it is Riftwide Wrestling. That is going to be it's a crazy game about wrestling. So look forward to it.
I do believe currently that is
Yeah, it's full.
Wolfish, Leo, and Cole are the players
Yeah.
for that game.
Seth, Bullfish, Leo, Cole. Those are the 4. So you can add yourself to the wait list, but so far nobody's backed out of any of these games. Which I appreciate. I appreciate the interest. I love it.
I mean, I came here and this is like I just got the second shot 2 days ago. I am going to lay down after this.
Yeah, definitely. By all means.
Oh, I like that way better. I will change the calendar link to that.
So, we will be playing that game, and then, as we've said before, Streamiversary is coming up shortly, and that week is going to be a week of games. Tons of games. We've got the showcase game, which is all the head officers, like it's Twy, it's Nika, it's Leo, and Leto, it's Marcus.
Yep.
Like those 4 are your players. So that, and now with the stakes that we set at this game, we'll carry over to that game, and we'll also carry over to the Riftwide Wrestling. So I have to change multiple things that are happening in that. So like,
You're
So
welcome or sorry?
oh no, it's great. Like I don't
Yeah,
mind
no,
changing
like, it's
anything.
fun.
I fucking it's what I live for.
That's-
I live for like weird shit happening.
that's the goal. That's the dream.
Yeah, I keep saying that I want this to be a collaborative experience, and I mean it. I don't want to dictate everything that's happening. Like the moths were not my idea. The moths came from Nika. Like obviously you having a sentient moth. I wasn't even like at first that pearl was just a pearl because Toe said it was a pearl. And then when you grabbed it, we made it not a pearl. And then when it got stolen, I still didn't know what it was. I thought it was an egg of some kind. But then when you made another one, I was just like, oh shit, I got something dumb for this.
Lord.
So like that is like it's just
It's all tying very nicely together.
yeah, really it works. It's fun when it works. It's fun when it doesn't work.
It's fun when it all blows up in your
Yeah.
storage.
Yeah, the storage bay is fucking gone. So, but just think of like, you guys can roleplay fixing things up. Like I said, you're gonna be making rolls. Like in there, I'll tell whoever's in the crew quarters channel, like when to make rolls, and we could even upgrade. Like if we wanted to, we can change things.
What did he like?
But those are gonna take really high rolls. I just need everybody to know.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
No, if you're done.
I was saying I wanted to like thank everybody that showed up, like in the chat and in the
Yes,
chat.
Talon, thank you so much for the raid. If you're still lurking, and anyone who came in with him, thank you. Welcome. This is the game that we're playing. So we're playing in the quest system. It is a Twitch interactive living world tabletop game. Art Deco fantasy adventure set aboard a trans-dimensional submarine. You can be part of the crew. So I will type it for you, so you don't even have to type it. You just gotta click some links, that's all. If you want to join, you want to make a character, be a part of this world, participate in the chat, in the Discord, all of those things. There's a link to some character sheets on Roll20 you can fill out. You can also, and please also do, put your character on the world animal. The PDF for character creation is in our Discord. It is pinned in the HTML Wanderpus meta channel. Come be a part of it. Make a character. I also have some ideas. Streamiversary is incoming, so there's there's a whole heckin' lot. So Friday's the last stream of the month, so top donor stuff or whatever, that resolves then. I think Tiger is
Yeah, he had 80 last
the
I
one to
checked.
be at 80.
And if we fill up the $250 goal, we're close. What, like 90, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Or like 100. And like, if you don't have it, don't feel pressured to do it for the love of God. Like, we have plenty of games, but it will open up another game. We will likely be playing The Quiet Year, which is a GM-less game, but I will still be part of it. I'll be the facilitator, and like, just to like fill out the world, or between the worlds. I don't know.
And then on the 1st is so Saturday the 1st, that is the next Speakeasy, which is the text-based RP streams. Then the 3rd is the next away game, which was the Rift Wild Wrestling. That is correct. There is no stream on the 7th or 8th of next month, so not next week, or not this week, but the week after, because we are prepping for Streamiversary, which takes place from the 9th to the 16th. So Sunday to Sunday, there will be art streams. Rupert's birthday is in there. The official 4-year anniversary of streaming is that week. The co-host showcase game is on the 14th. The Alan DMing the entire chat for a session is on the 15th, which is Saving Private Squishy. So if you have been waiting for the rescue of Toast's beloved companion Squishy, that is the game for that. So everyone in chat will be participating in that. Very, very excited for that. And
Let's get some ones going on in that one. Let's see who gets stuck fucking where.
And then I believe there's the second away game is on the 16th, so that means next weekend I will call for players. Oh, fuck me, is it really?
What?
The 14th and the 15th is FanFest.
Yeah, well, tough luck for them.
I mean, we're doing RP stuff for those days, tabletop things those days instead of like 14 things, but well, we're just going to see how that goes. That's all. Do we know what time that is? By any chance?
Oh, that's Wednesday and Thursday, so... No, wait, no, that...
No, it's Friday, Saturday, I think. Yeah. Took 2 full weeks off. Lord. Yeah, we'll work around it. We will do our best. Also, fuckloads of giveaways. We still got this crate sitting behind me of stuff that Marcus sent from Japan. I'll tease out a few pictures of some stuff that's in there. Probably not this week, but the week after. There are so many other giveaways that we're, like, thinking on. You think FanFest is in the morning on Saturday? Oh, FanFest schedule, thank you. Okay, so... Jesus, it's all kind of later. Oh wow, it's like weird timing. Oh. Yeah, Friday, 6 p.m. Can we get the Saving Private Ryan poster, but with Squishy in the silhouette if somebody else has time to do that? Because I don't. But I love that. The shittier the better, ideally. Okay, so there's all of those things coming up, so thank you all a bunch for being here, participating, and playing along. We'll get a kind of list of what everyone did, what AP was used, etc., after stream.
I had a lot of fun. I hope everybody else had a lot of fun. Sorry.
I had a lot of fun.
Sorry, sucker.
I had a lot of fun.
My guns!
Yeah, well, they're at the bottom of, like... They're at the bottom of the sea at this point, so...
Should be sad about Daffy, but honestly, it's the library that really gets me.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Daffy fucking ate it.
Oops.
Imagine
His name was Daffodil. That poor man. That poor boy. But no, to be fair, nobody expected you were gonna save him, but he was there, alive.
Wasn't.
That's funny.
Laser guns aren't being hunted in Raising Mothra. Agreed. Oh god knows what they're doing
That's gonna come to a head.
now.
They fall through the rift, and all the giant red cap queen just has cannons on her now.
Oh god! It's Mecha Red Cap Queen.
It's
Corzipa
Mecha Queen.
would wrestle that thing back so she can get her guns back. Guaranteed.
We must go full Pacific Rim.
Having the mech be able to transform having the sub being able to transform into a mech is really funny to me.
Christ, that's like
Please, can we have that? I would love you so much if
that's
you
gonna
did
be like
that.
season 3. And I'm like, we certainly we've
Like,
actually talked.
Final
Yeah, we've talked
episode.
about
Talked
that.
about
We've
the,
talked
like,
about
the
that.
kaiju
Yeah.
fucking season.
We have talked about the kaiju season.
We'll see how it all goes.
There was already a kaiju.
Alright, friends, thank you so much for playing. I will see everyone Friday? Yeah, see you all Friday.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, peace everyone.
Yes.
Have a good night.